Hello!
Hi!
Hi everyone, welcome to Nova's Tarot Corner. I am Gianna and I play Nova in our other stream, Twitch Slays D&D.
And I am Ciara and I am one of the producers of Twitch Slays D&D.
Yeah, we're just out here living the dream. Hi everyone, welcome. What to go over? Okay.
We have a new way to join the readings list. So all you have to do is type in !join. You don't have to spend points to get in. We are just going to do first come first serve. If you want a reading, there's 4 categories on the screen. And we'll just go down the list. Yeah,
so it's going to be a fun little adventure for us.
Yeah, it's our first time trying this system, so if there's a little hiccups, excuse us. Everything comes with some bumps, but we'll figure it out along the way.
To preface, Ciara and I are not professionals. We are beginners. My character is like a master with tarot. I'm not. Ciara's not. We're still learning. So take everything with a grain of salt. We typically try to see the positive in tarot readings.
Yeah. For a couple of people that I noticed, Snicksnack God and Ezekiel Manifest, I think the Streamlabs spot, you have to be a follower to be on the list.
Oh.
Wait, no, Snicksnack God just got in. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know how all this is working, but we're just out here living the dream. So. Also, I will be getting a delivery. I don't know when, but it's going to be Taco Bell. So I'll be getting that at some point in the stream.
That's a good delivery, for sure.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I should have ordered a Baja Blast. I just didn't think about it until right now. It's fine. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Are we going to talk about a certain...
Yeah, so I was thinking about it, and in the past, our first few episodes, we were going through all of the different meanings of all the different tarot cards in between doing readings, and we worked our way through all the cards. And so I thought, instead of learning about tarot, because this is a just chatting stream, what about if we just learned about each other, and the audience learned about us, and we learned about the audience. So I have pulled up a bunch of random questions. Just some would you rather, some just what are your favorites, and I thought we could just work our way through the list, and if anyone in the chat has a question for us, and I also encourage the chat to also answer, because I'd love to know their answers to some of these questions. And I am reading Snicksnack God did follow, and that's why the join command worked. So it looks like you do have to be a follower to get a tarot reading, but
Which is nice
because, we also have a bunch of other really cool shows. We have a D&D show on Wednesdays, and you might as well.
Yeah. This stream, cat8226_, this stream is just chatting and tarot.
Yes,
so we do a little bit of both.
We're a little mix of both.
Yeah, but on this channel, we are doing a D&D stream, which is where the name Nova comes from. She's my purple tiefling warlock tarot reader. So that's where she comes from. And yeah, it's... What is Nova's favorite food?
Yeah, I was writing down questions in case we got a bunch. But I guess, hey, that's a great first one. I can't answer that. That's all for you, Gianna. What's Nova's favorite food?
I feel like, oh my gosh, that is some character. That's some character questions. I don't know. Probably something maybe homemade that her aunt makes, probably a corned beef and cabbage.
Ooh.
Corned beef.
For Phoenix Raven, you can now type !join in the chat and to be put on a list, and our nice robot friend will help us keep track.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you're in control of the music or not, Gianna, but it's either really quiet or it's not on.
It's really quiet.
I'm not hearing it. Okay.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it. It's just really quiet.
Cool.
I don't know how I can turn that up, but maybe we'll have Devin come in at some point.
At some point.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course. Okay,
so
hello
something
everyone.
obviously very fantasy and rustic, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, can I get a number 1 to 10? 5.
8.
Ah.
Interesting.
What is... Why? I'm
Because
wondering.
8 is symmetrical, no matter like which way you cut it.
Oh my god.
I like the aesthetic of it. It seems nice.
Okay.
Also, it's a really good number for like music. You know, because like you count by 4s in music and
Oh my
dancing.
gosh.
Oh, dancing. You know.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It reminds TK Digiboy of Infinity. It just seems like it's a good number.
Yeah. I think I said 5 because I was born on the 5th of February.
So someone's a little biased.
Just a little.
That's okay. That's okay.
Also, I think everyone can read on the chat as well, but it's going to be general, love, career, and finance readings.
Yes.
So, yeah. And this is, each of these cards are past, present, future.
Yes,
So in
we're
that
doing a
order.
3-card reading.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt God. Y'all are talking about infinity music and stuff, and all I can think of is peanuts. Peanuts are good too.
Wait,
An 8
that's
does
so
look like
true.
a peanut.
It does look like a peanut. Every time I use like an 8 though in like text, I always think of like people would use it for like glasses in like middle school.
Yeah.
They would do like an 8
that's like
with like a
before
parenthesis.
emojis were a thing.
Yeah, exactly. It was like the text message emoticons kind of thing.
Yes.
So everyone would always like describe me with like an 8 parenthesis because I wear glasses.
TK, it is not too early to get another reading. We now have an automated list, so you just have to type !join to be put on the list. It'll tell you what place you are on the list, so you can keep track. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Manifest, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. That was so nice. Thank you so much.
Wait,
for the gifted
manifest.
subs.
We love a good manifest.
That's true. All the tarot is about manifesting your destiny and manifesting what you want.
Oh, that's what the 8 was. Oh my god! Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
That's so nice.
That was very, very nice.
Yeah, that's very sweet. Thank you so much, Ezekiel Manifest. That's very,
Yes.
very nice.
So, yes. Do you want to get to a first reading?
Yeah, let's get to a
Okay.
reading.
Yeah, the first one on the list is Miss Dinosaur Magic Card.
Perfect. Also,
what kind of reading would you like?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying I got this shirt and I was specifically waiting until I got it a few weeks ago, but I was specifically waiting to debut it for the second Nova's Tarot Corner, like being back. Oh my gosh! Thank you.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Thank
guys.
you, Cat8226.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love it. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Ezekiel has the same star shirt.
Yeah, I got it. I don't like to say, but I got it at Walmart.
Hey. Well,
I don't
like a good sale.
I don't
We
shop
don't like
at Walmart typically.
we don't like fast fashion. We like a good sale.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
prices.
But I was waiting to debut it, but it has like little constellations on
That
it.
is so cute.
And I was like, okay, I'll move my hair and I'll show you. But
oh my gosh, I need to start getting more shirts specifically for our tarot stream.
yeah, I already
I don't
have 2.
I don't. Yeah, you have our other one. The what was it? The star or the
tarot, the sun.
The sun. Yeah, you have your sun shirt, and then now you have this one. I need to get more like galaxy shirts, but that's galaxy shirts were cool like a couple years ago. I don't know if they're cool anymore.
That's right. The galaxy leggings. Do you remember that era?
I do remember that era. I never owned any, thank God. But I also just don't like most leggings because they're usually like way too thin.
Oh.
I feel comfortable wearing them in public.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, Magikarp said general reading.
Okay, perfect. Let's get to...
The universe wants to turn some stuff around.
Some of these cards were like, the ones that I pulled were like very good cards, so love that. Okay.
In the meantime, while you're shuffling, I'm gonna
Yes.
ask you and the chat a random question.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, I'm trying to find one that's like a good one. I didn't like plan these ahead of time. I just have like a whole bunch of tabs pulled up.
Honestly, send me the link because I'm going on a date tomorrow and I just need to know if I like what I can.
What is a funny story that your hometown is famous for?
Wait, I said this is at one of my Disney auditions actually.
Okay.
And I ended up booking, so I think it's a funny one. My hometown is known for Richard Nixon's birthplace, but we won't talk about it because Richard Nixon is problematic. And we don't want to give him a platform, so that's what my hometown's known for.
My hometown is famous because Harry Houdini lived there for a while. So we have like a Harry Houdini museum. I went to Houdini Elementary School.
No way!
We have, like, a bunch of things. Even though he wasn't like born there, but he just, I guess, lived there for a time.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Houdini stuff all over the place.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Harry Houdini. You would think I would at this point, but no, I didn't really learn much. Or I did and I forgot it already.
I think I watched, I just told Zach about this tarot card. That's so weird.
Also, Kat says, did you know that the Romans would put criminals in plays, and if the character in the play died, they would kill the criminal? I did not know that.
What?
That is a very
They would like
interesting
actually,
fact.
wait.
Like they would decide whether to kill the criminal or not, whether the character in the play died? That's very fascinating.
They would like actually kill the criminal? That's some method acting right there.
That is, I trust Kat with their fun facts. So, yes, I will say 100% yes.
Magic Art. My hometown is famous for a bowling superstar and the guy who created Cat Dog. But they only talk about the bowler and avoid mentioning Cat Dog Man. Honestly, I'm more excited about the Cat Dog Man.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that was my childhood
That
too.
was my childhood too! Oh my god. I love that. Incredible. Wow. That's such
an icon, truly.
Yeah, truly an icon. Does anyone else have a fun fact about their hometown?
Yeah, anyone else have a fun hometown that's famous for something?
Acting now versus acting then. True. Period. The
Romans very much enjoyed real-life blood in their theater, whereas the Greeks hated it, which is why all Greeks have plays deaths off stage. Oh my goodness. Hey, Nucci!
Whoa.
Hey, Nucci, we are asking
Hi,
fun
Nooch.
facts in between readings and, like, fun questions. We are asking if your hometown is famous for anything interesting or silly.
Yeah. Just
Ezekiel's
little fun fact.
hometown is famous because the Scopes trial happened at our courthouse.
Whoa.
Oh, that was the evolution versus creationism trial being taught in schools.
Whoa.
That
That's
is
crazy.
Not silly at all.
Yeah.
But very interesting and a very important piece of history for sure.
Yeah.
So that is very famous.
Also, I think we missed... Oh, Phoenix Raven. Phoenix Raven said, not my hometown, but the town I grew up in is the home of Philo T. Farnsworth. My grandmother said she walked to her high school classroom and saw his early sketches for the TV.
That's very
Whoa!
cool. Wow.
Oh, wait, I learned about him in my communications class.
It doesn't have to be silly, Ezekiel. The original question said, what's the silliest or like funniest thing your hometown's famous for?
But I just like the fun fact.
Yeah, I like just fun, interesting things that
Yeah.
your hometown's famous for.
Because I don't think I have anything, like, silly about my hometown.
No, not
Oh,
really.
I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger lived in a mansion up the street from me. And Jim Carrey.
Devin went to high school with Arnold Schwarzenegger's half-son?
What?
Something like that? Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, Devin beat him for Homecoming King, and it got in the papers. Because
What?
it was like, oh, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger Jr. or whatever didn't get Homecoming King, and it was Devin that year.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Faith Hill went to TK Digiboy's high school.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Faith Hill went to my school, and then Nucci also says Cuba Gooding Jr. went to his high school.
What's going on here?
A lot of famous high schools. My hometown was a location of a famous LDS prophecy, I think.
Oh!
Okay.
I have another one.
Okay.
Sabrina Bryan from the Cheetah Girls went to my hometown's high school.
There you go.
And she teaches at the high school by my house.
There you go. Oh, so she's
a
still
dance coach.
there.
She's a dance coach.
She's still there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So, Magikarp's general reading. Gotta lay down.
Oh yeah. So we have the Five of Cups in the past, the Hanged Man in the present, and then the Knight of Swords in the future. I know the first two cards pretty well, I think. The Five of Cups is, we pulled this during the stream once. I think it was my first ever, second ever tarot reading.
This is the one about, not missing what's behind you.
So, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, you're crying over spilt milk, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, something happened in your past where, you were really upset about something. Maybe it could be, like, losing a loved one, like, falling out of love with somebody, or just, like, not getting, like, a job opportunity that you were really hoping for, and you were so upset about it that you, like, dwelled on that rather than seeing what was behind you, which is, like, a huge celebration, a lot of good things, and it's kind of like tunnel vision, where you're like, oh my god, I just can't get over this one thing, but really, like, there's other things that are good that are happening, and that you can't see because you are so focused on something that happened.
It's just kind of like a warning of, don't focus on the negative. Keep your eyes open for the positive, and if you're looking for negative things, you're gonna find negative things.
Yeah.
Because that's just the kind of energy that you're gonna attract to yourself. But, like, always remember that there's something good, around the corner or already here, and we'll just, try not to dwell on the negative.
Yeah. Exactly.
And as Magikarp says, cries in boatload of childhood trauma.
Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that.
Well, hey, what better than to, make fun of our traumatic.
This is true. Tunnel vision is definitely a thing, and it's all good. Yeah. Honestly, it happens to all of us.
Happens to the best of us,
yeah.
for sure.
The Hanged Man, I was
in your presence.
literally just telling Zach about this. Because I was like, what major arcana card do you think that you're like? And he was like, I don't know what that means. And I was like, I think you're like the Hanged Man. And then Nate was like, that means you're hung, bro. And I was like, Nate, no. I will slap you. But the Hanged Man is basically like being in a state of being stuck, like not really knowing how to get out, not really knowing where to go, just kind of what's that? I'm trying to think of that word of like being
it's
stuck.
Also a lot about like self-sacrifice and like being selfless, like putting yourself in a situation that you don't enjoy because either you're doing it for like somebody else, like you're sacrificing for somebody else, or because it's gonna pay off in the future.
Yeah. So
maybe you're in a position now that's like not ideal, but it's because it's for the greater good, because suffering now will create a better future tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you just have to like go through the rainy days in order to like see the rainbow.
And Ezekiel, my roommate, relates to the magician, but honestly, I have no idea about myself.
Oh, Nucci asked what arcana cards are we? Like, what major arcana are we?
I really like strength, because it talks about winning the day with non-violent means of strength. So it's like kindness over violence. It's like diplomacy. It's cool-headedness and like calmness, winning out problems. I think that's really cool. I don't know if I am that, unfortunately. Like, I would like to be that, but more often than not, I probably am more like, hey Devin.
He was like, sorry, I have to set something up.
TK Digiboy, I'm definitely justice or judgment. Yeah, I agree. I might be like temperance.
Ooh.
I might be all about like denying myself because because of moral systems or because of like rational mind overcoming like instinct.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like saving money or when it comes to like, I don't know, I'm kind of a goody two shoes. So maybe temperance. I would like to be strength, but I think I'm probably temperance.
Okay. I think it's a hard one for me. My favorite is the star, but I know I'm not the star.
You're a star in my heart, Gianna.
Thank you so much. I was gonna say I'm a star in my own way. I'm the star of our campaign, obviously, because like Nova's obviously a star.
She's obviously the star.
Obviously. So I think I'm stuck between the Fool and the Sun, because like the Sun is like a very like positive card. Like it's always like, no matter if that falls anywhere in your reading, it's like always positive. But I don't think I'm always positive. Like sometimes I'm like a little negative, as we can all be. We're humans. But I do.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, I think I'm the most like the Fool, because thank you so much. I think I'm the most like the Fool because I kind of am like that in that childlike wonder. Like I really don't care if I look stupid doing something. Like I'm that kind of person that's 23 and I'm gonna twirl around Disneyland doing my own little thing because I really don't care and I'm having a fun time.
That's great though, and obviously you know, because I've ranted 6 or 7 times about the Fool, that's one of my favorite cards. So
yeah, exactly.
I only have positive things to say about that.
Yeah, I love the Fool. I didn't know about her like being like something so relatable to me until we like started doing this stream, and I was like, wait, literally it says like childlike wonder, like that naivete, you know, like not really caring about like other people judging you and like just doing what you want to do because that's what makes you happy.
Yeah, it's really just like following your bliss and not caring what other people think.
Yeah, that's straight up me. So I think that's who I relate to the most.
Nice.
I peg Cal as the moon, but also the sun as well. Ooh, that's so true.
Kat says they're the opposite of temperance. So that would be, I think, the devil. Because the devil card doesn't necessarily mean like oh, evil. It means like going with your base desires and like letting your gut or your instinct overcome like rational thought. Sometimes it's about like self-indulgence. It's about like pleasure and like in the moment desires.
Yeah.
The devil would be like eating that second piece of cake when you know you shouldn't. The devil would be like going out and spending money for fun because, you know, maybe like retail therapy.
Yeah. It's like a guilty pleasure almost.
Yeah. So if you say you're the opposite of temperance, I would say then you would relate to the devil card.
Yeah.
Or that's just ADHD. So says Kat.
I just have to ask you, Ciara, like, who do you think, like, we can ask this after the reading, but, like, who do you think Devin, Alex, and Zach are, like, what their cards are?
Let's finish the reading.
Yeah.
And think about it.
Exactly. I'm so sorry, Magikarp. I feel like every time we do Magikarp's reading, we always get stuck, like, in the middle. We're always like, let's move on. But, like, not really. We'll come back to it. Sorry. Okay, the Knight of Swords is your future, which is, I think, like, going straight into... Oh, yeah, ready or not, here I come. Like, just... like charging straight ahead into your future and like not really looking back. The
night is really swift moving, so it's about change that maybe like comes about quickly and can feel confusing or chaotic because it, you know, it's like moving in a relationship really quickly or like moving really fast and like, you know, going to a new place or maybe a new job opportunity that like you have to jump feet first into.
Yeah.
But it's saying like it's really, really strong because it's like winds of change are coming and they're coming fast. So if, you know, maybe this is a negative card if you like where you are, but if you don't like where you are, this is really positive because it's like, yay, like change is coming and it's coming quickly and it's gonna sweep you off your feet. So.
It also says that like the Knight of Swords is determined and focused, and he can be hard to stop once he gets going. And so I feel like it's kind of an interesting turnaround from like this card in the past, like dwelling on something and like being very focused on something that happened, versus like kind of him chasing what he wants to go for, and going after what he wants, kind of a thing. Like this is like kind of sitting here, what's the word? Like feeling sorry and being upset. This is like, okay, I'm not gonna sit and focus on that. I'm focused on like what I actually want and what I'm gonna go and get for myself. So
yeah, so that's a great progression from past to future for sure.
Yeah, but I think maybe it takes some time, like sitting and reflecting and just kind of being stuck in like kind of plateauing in order to get to this point and being ready to take that leap and being ready to take that jump, you know, and get focused to where you want to be. So honestly, a pretty good ending to somewhat of a kind of roast.
All right, Phoenix. Yeah, we'll give you a shout when it's your turn.
Yes, absolutely.
That was Magikarp's reading.
Yeah. Also, I did not say, I think I saw someone, I think, was it Ezekiel Manifest, said, those are pretty cards. These are my Guide to the Everyday Witch pack that I got at my local metaphysical shop. So,
yes.
The cards are beautiful. The book goes into great detail of a lot, and I just really like the drawings and stuff, so.
Yes. Hey, Lemon. I have the Easy Tarot Handbook, which came with the Golden Tarot, which I don't have a tarot cam up here, but I also really, really love my cards. I just think they're like so beautiful. I don't know if you can even see them. Yeah,
I love them.
I also recommend these. Oh, hey, Soft Anarchist.
Hi, Soft.
And friends. Nice to see you all.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, come on in. We have a list open for tarot readings. You do have to be following us, but if you type !join in the chat, you can be put on the list. It'll tell you what number you are on the list, and then we'll just go down first come, first serve and do some readings.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in getting a reading, give us a follow and then !join.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining.
Yeah. Hey, welcome in. Okay. So next on the list is Kat. So Kat, if you want to let us know which of the 4 categories that you would like a reading with, while you're deciding and while Gianna is shuffling, I'm gonna find another question for us.
Perf.
And everyone that just joined in the chat, we're just like learning about everyone. We're done with all the tarot explanations, so I decided it'd be nice to learn about each other. So I'm gonna ask a question to Gianna, and then we're gonna answer, and I encourage that you guys answer too, because I want to get to know more about you.
Wait, Soft says that he just ruined his players with a cliffhanger. What happened?
Ooh, yeah, tell us about
That's
it.
That's Devin's forte, so I would love to know. Let me know. What happened?
Yeah, what was the
What's
cliffhanger?
the tea?
What happened? What happened? As Mickey
Okay,
Mouse would say.
general, perfect. Thank you,
Okay.
Kat. Okay. Do you have a question?
Oh, I got distracted by the cliffhanger. What popular trend bothers you?
Ooh. I don't like, right now, a lot of people are saying sheesh, and I don't like it.
You don't like that?
I don't like it. It bothers me.
I feel like I haven't been among trendy hip people because I've like not heard that at all.
Really?
Am I old?
It's like
Am I
all over
old?
TikTok.
Oh, I'm not on that side of TikTok, I guess. I'm on like book talk.
Oh, really?
I'm on like writers talking about, writing books and like cosplayers and stuff. And hey, thanks for the follow, you boy.
Thank you.
We had a question a while ago. So we're also like, if you guys have a question for us, since we're just getting to know each other, make sure to put it in the chat. We had a question from TK earlier, and I kind of had to look up the answer, but he asked, what's the difference between justice and judgment, the two Arcana cards.
Oh.
Because they do come off as kind of similar. From my book, which once again is the Easy Tarot Handbook if you're looking to learn, kind of describes justice as being more about balance. It's about like, you know, just balance and like making sure everything has its equal and opposite, making sure nothing is too much in life versus, you know, too little. Whereas judgment is more about karma. In my book, it talks about karma being like you reap what you sow, like you're gonna get what comes to you in the end, and that can be positive or negative. So I think judgment's a little bit harsher about like your actions having consequences, whereas justice is more about like the balance of the world in general and just being like careful that there's not too much or too little of one thing or another.
Yeah. Soph says, made them fall in love with the sweetest child, wild magic sorceress ever that they adopted, only for her to be stolen from her bed and hearing a "help me" in the woods.
Oh no! Sweet child.
Oh, wow, you're a terrible human.
That is a cliffhanger. That is really sad for that party member, or that NPC and the party members.
Devin also left us on a cliffhanger this last session, which...
That was scary.
I sobbed after. It's fine. It's fine. I literally came in here and cried to Alex. And Alex was like, do you want a hug? And I was like, I need a hug. Okay.
Kat's pet peeve is putting asterisks in the middle of words and using names as trigger warnings.
Names as trigger warnings? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
names?
I'm not sure I know what that means.
I know what the asterisks in the middle of words are, and I think that's so I don't. Of course.
Please explain, Kat.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that means.
Please. Okay. Do y'all have any favorite book themes or genres?
Yes.
Oh.
I could go forever about this.
Ciara, I know I brought this with me.
What?
Because I wanted to pleasure read.
What is it?
Today. And this is getting one of my favorite genres.
Yay! Yay! Okay. I don't care if everybody knows
Fantasy.
it, because right now, especially on TikTok, this series has like reputation. And I will say that like the latest book, which I finished reading up here, I'll get into why I'm not as big a fan of the most recent 5th book, but the 2nd and the 3rd book in that series are easily the best.
There's 5 books?
The 4th one's kind of like a half book. It's like a little novella. But yeah, there's now 5 books in that series.
Oh my god.
You don't have to read 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are trash. You just have to read 1 and 3 and then you can stop.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Okay, great. I will be doing that.
Okay. Those are the best ones. They should have ended after 3. But it's fine.
They typically should end after 3, but then sometimes people just want to keep going. Hence, we have Toy Story 4.
Yeah, so TK agrees with me. Fantasy is also his favorite genre. He likes light novels based off animes. Okay. I've not read very many light novels. I usually read just like, I like series. I like fantasy series. Like, 3 or 4 books is usually like the perfect number for me. But yeah, I'm all about fantasy books.
I love fantasy, but I also, I love romance novels where it's
romance can be really good too.
Yeah, like fiction. But there was this one book that I read. I think it was called, I read it over the summer and it was unbelievably good. And let me try to find it.
Okay. While you're looking, Bird Manowo, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, says, me out here reading a 15-book series. Which book series is it? Is it like The Wheel of Time? Is it Discworld? Which 15-book series is it? Because now I'm curious. Kat says, I'm actually going to DM my first game in a few weeks. Congratulations. I have never DM'd, but from what I've seen, it's very difficult and it takes a lot. So that's really exciting and good luck to you. And then Kat, you should read the Fable Haven series if you haven't already. I have not, but I am gonna write that down. Is it also fantasy? Because then I'm there. Oh, and Lemon's saying read Earthsea. Yes, I know of Earthsea and it's on my list. I've actually read like articles about it, like feminist articles about the Earthsea world, but I haven't actually read it myself. So that's on my list of one of those things. Wings of Fire is a fantasy book about dragons. So that's a 15-book series. Are they long books? Because wow, that's pretty crazy. Or, you know, are they shorter? Like how many words average are they? If you like funky little fantasy, I recommend Septimus Heap series. Okay. I'm very curious what funky little fantasy means. Like how funky are we talking?
I found the book. It's called An Anonymous Girl.
Septimus Heap.
It was so good.
That's what you read recently?
It was, yeah, I read it over the summer. It was like this girl needed extra money, and so she went and did this like scientific kind of like test project survey, and then this doctor was like really interested in the way that she like answered the questions, so like she and her ended up developing a very, very close relationship, and the ending is it's like a mix of science-y kind of fantasy, but also like psychological thriller. It's very good. And that's not usually my go-to genre, but it was very good. I couldn't put it down.
You're gonna have to like PM me later.
I will.
With the name of that again.
I will.
Also, there's a lot of Septimus Heat love going on in the chat. Apparently a bunch of Nucci likes it. Ezekiel likes it. So that one's apparently a popular one, and I have it written down.
Septimus Heat.
Yeah, the Septimus Heap series.
Okay, let me write it down.
Apparently is very good. Oh, Magikarp likes it too. That's the funky little fantasy. So apparently it's very well recommended.
Septimus Heap.
Okay, and then Birdman Awo. Or maybe that's Birdman Uwu, not sure. They're about 250 to 350 pages each. Okay, so that's not like too long, which is nice. If it's gonna be a 15-book series, it's nice that they're not like huge, like 500, 600 page books. So, like you could probably get through them a little bit faster.
So I think the Hunger Games is like 400 to 500
yeah,
pages?
Hunger Games level's like around 400. So that's still impressive. 15 books is still very impressive, but at least they're not like backbreakingly long.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we had Kat next.
Yes, I pulled the cards. Let me move over. Oh wow, look at that segue. Okay.
That transition.
That transition though. Okay, so Kat, for you had a general reading. I pulled the Three of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Two of Swords. Ooh, so funky fresh. The Three of Pentacles is... It's kind of like the teamwork card. So like in your past, you might have had to work on something with other people, whether it be a group project for school or work alongside maybe like a friendship with people. Either way, it's basically like, what's the quote that it takes many instruments to make an orchestra? That's what this card like pretty much represents. It's like you have to work together with other people in order to make things go smoothly or end up great. So in your past, there might have been something where you had to work with other people to create something, and working together can create something very beautiful. And let me see, there's something here. If this card shows up in a reading, it's an indication that you're either presently involved with others in a way that requires cooperation, you used to be, or you soon will be.
So since this is in the past, it's most likely you used to be.
Yeah. Is there someone who was not working well with others? Were the interactions going smoothly? Blah 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 blah. So that's kind of
that was a great tarot reading.
Blah 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 blah. Blah. But yeah, that's the past. The Chariot is the present. So maybe you're like at a crossroads of something, not really knowing which way to go. There are opportunities that are presented to you right now that, you know, you could go either way. There are choices that need to be made, and it's important not to dwell on it because you got to pick a path. No matter which way you go, it's going to be a great one. It's going to be, you know, the way that you're supposed to go, but don't sit there and just like think about like, oh, but if I went this way, like what would my life be like? Like just make a decision. Make a decision, follow your gut, trust yourself, go with what you want. That's what this card represents. And then the Two of Swords, look at, she's blindfolded, she's Ciara, she's playing darts.
Call me out.
You already know, know.
I love darts. It's the only sport I'm good at. Even that is like dicey, whether I'm actually good or not.
Yeah, it's, oh wow, another decision to make. Yeah, the witch in this picture is a decision to make, but it's possible she isn't going to make it. She isn't going about making it in the most efficient and effective way. It's hard to be decisive when faced with a difficult choice. But the Two of Swords tells you that you already know which answer is right. You just have to take off your blindfold and really look at the situation.
Yeah.
Which I just said.
That's very true. Yeah, it's, you know, it looks like in the present and in the future, what you decide is a decision that it's going to determine your future, but you're kind of idling on making a choice, and maybe, you know, you are self-blindfolding because you don't want to make a choice, but, you know, you have to just have a cool, level mind. That's what the sword suit always represents, is logic over emotion. So maybe it's time to take off that blindfold of like your emotions getting gunked up in the work, and I think that you know what you want to do. In deep down, you already know what the answer is, and you just have to have the bravery to choose that path.
Yeah, exactly.
And not idle where you're at. Yeah.
And I was gonna say something, and I literally just lost my train of thought. But yeah, like, you know what, you just have to like find out like which way you want to go. Like it really just depends on like how you're feeling. Like which way do you feel attracted to more? Like which direction are you leaning more toward? If you're leaning toward one, go toward that direction, because that's the one that your gut is trying to tell you to take.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think the fact that we get it twice, we have, you know, the idling in the present and in the future. I do want to emphasize the fact that, you know, it does say in the future, it is the swords that's in your future. So maybe not even following your gut. Maybe it's following your head.
Yeah.
In this instant might lead you better. You know, it's hard making a decision, and maybe, you know, you're more emotionally attached to one decision. But I think what the Two of Swords is really, you know, warning about is maybe it is time to, you know, think very cool and collectively about that decision and make a choice that's going to be the more rational or logical of the two.
But also it's like a 2 out of 10. So like it's really it's like not super serious. Like it's not going to be like detrimental if you make the wrong decision.
Yeah. So it's only 2 out of 10 for the suit. So it's not like a hugely powerful card. It's, if you make a mistake, you know, the path to success, they always say this, the path to success is not a straight line. So, you know, sometimes, I said this to Devin the other day, sometimes you have to bump around walls in the dark until you find the exit, you know?
Oh, profound.
Thank you. Hey, Maddie Morris, nice to see you.
Welcome in.
If you want a tarot reading, give us a follow and then type !join in the chat and you'll be put on our queue.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was for Kat. Hopefully whatever that decision is that you're stuck between will play out, and you'll make a good choice and you'll be happy with your decisions. At the very least, be resolved in your decisions. Even if, you know, it doesn't turn out the way you want, just being resolved and confident is always going to help at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So
I hate that I have to keep pushing these earbuds in because they're like, they don't fit in my ears.
Oh, no.
Like every 3 seconds, I'm like, I hate it. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm finicky. Ignore me. Anyway, great. Everyone's talking about Septimus Heat in the chat. Apparently, they're trying to make it into a TV show.
Oh.
effort to produce it, and everyone's very excited about that.
Oh, speaking of TV shows, I just found out today that The Handmaid's Tale came out with another season, and I need to watch it so quick because, hello, I love The Handmaid's Tale. Oh my gosh, Kat, thank you so much for subscribing.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, that's very nice. We much appreciate. It helps.
Really helps us to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we love to do, so.
We wouldn't be here without you.
Oh, man. But yeah, The Handmaid's Tale came out. I didn't even know I knew they were coming out with a 4th or 5th season. I think it's the 4th.
Okay.
And it was supposed to come out in 2020 of like fall, but obviously I think because of COVID it got pushed back. So
Right.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you so
much.
My God!
Ezekiel!
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. This is so.
Are you gonna cry? How many people have to sub for you to cry on stream, Gianna?
If we start a hype train, I could probably cry.
It's not enough that you cried at the end of last episode. You gotta cry every stream.
Exactly.
Speaking of, I purposely had to find the saddest thumbnail photo of you to be able to put on the thumbnail for last week's episode.
Oh my gosh, I haven't even seen it.
It's still loading on YouTube, but I changed it on Twitch. And you're like in a blanket, all wrapped up, looking up, and you look so sad.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, there goes the hype train. Thank you, Nucci. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Maddie Morg. This is so nice.
Oh, this is so nice. Oh my god.
This is amazing. You guys are so great.
The tears are coming.
This.
The tears are coming.
Are they really already? The hype train just started.
I know, but it's just. I'm so grateful.
Hype train more like a sob train.
Period.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god! Is everyone only doing this because they just want me to cry?
Yes. I also want to see you cry. Cry. Is this how we hype? Yes. They're happy tears, right, Gianna?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Good. Happy tears.
You guys, that is unbelievable. Thank you so much. We appreciate this.
We're just happy that you're all here.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, just having someone to talk to in the chat is so nice.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice.
Like, I think, last week it was a little slow, but honestly we were just starting back up, you know?
Yeah, last week was the first stream in a while, and it was on a new night and time. So, and we were still trying to figure out, like, technical shit.
Yeah, we started late, all that stuff.
It was a rough night. I was crying, but not out of happiness, out of just sheer stress.
Yeah. Gianna, it's karma for all the soft cry streams.
That's true. We did used to bring our followers en masse to make soft cry.
This is true. This is so true.
Returning the love for all. Thank you, Maddie.
Oh,
Maddie.
Oh my god, Maddie, don't make me cry.
Nice to see you.
Don't make me cry right now. You guys, oh my god. Okay, who's next before?
Okay, so, Snick Snack God is next.
Okay.
Snick Snack God, if you're still here, let us know which of the 4 which of the 4 categories of reading you would like. Thank you, Maddie Morg. And then, Ezekiel is next after that. So Ezekiel, stay tuned, you're on deck.
Devin!
Hey, thanks, Devin!
Devin, you're a part of this stream.
Devin is here for us, too.
Thank you, guys.
All the cry emojis.
Yeah, right? Ooh.
Okay, Snick Snack God, do you want general, love, career, finance reading?
Give us the 411.
What's a good question? What are some nicknames that people have called you throughout your life?
I have quite a few.
Okay.
My parents
list them.
My parents call me girly. Yeah. Gigi is my favorite.
Just straight G.
Just straight G. Just like, hey G. Oh, so cute. I love it. What else? Double G, because those are my initials. It's my rap name. Double G.
Yeah.
What up?
Double G.
And I don't know, just like, I think a couple other ones, but like they're all kind of resembling the G.
Your name, G. Yeah. Phoenix Raven, give me the nickname question again. Just what are some nicknames that you've been called throughout your life?
Yeah. Do you have like a fun little nickname that people call you?
Yeah. Even if it was just for like one semester or like one summer or anything. Do you have any fun stories about nicknames you were given? Snicksnack God would like a general reading.
Okay, perfect. I will start shuffling.
Awesome. I've been called C or CC because my middle name also starts with C. So very similar to Gigi. CC. I hate CC though.
You do? Oh, I knew you were gonna say that. And I've been meaning to ask you, and I just keep forgetting, and I'll call you CC sometimes, and I'm very sorry.
I don't mind it when you do it though.
Oh, really?
You're special.
Oh!
My older sister used to call me that, and I don't know, I didn't like it.
Okay.
And then people would call it to me like, I don't know. For some people it feels like diminutive. Like it's cutesy. God. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Ezekiel! Oh my god! What the heck?
Ezekiel's a biblical name because you're an angel!
Yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna get that big of a laugh out of me.
Yeah, what got me? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Not me crying. It's fine. I'm shuffling very well tonight, okay? It's fine. Okay.
Amazing.
Snicksnack God, this is your general reading. Okay.
Miles has competition now.
Yeah,
Miles is
right?
different. Miles would but Miles would sub like memes, like names that were people's like an inside joke, or like if we made a joke he would sub
like Nene, like someone did Nene, like he subbed Nene, and I was like, literally what?
Or like what? Stop Devin, or just like phrases as subs.
Exactly. Or like Big Rock. He subbed Big Rock once. Oh my god, you guys!
Big Rock! Oh, that's right, Big Rock! Yeah.
Big Rock.
Yeah.
Which
was good.
Oh my god, this is the final level. Are you joking? We're on the final level.
Thank you, Pastel Puffs. It's nice to see you. Thank you, Kat, for the bits. Thank you, everybody. Tiny Wife Big Pancakes. That was another one. Yeah, he gifted us up to Tiny Wife Big Pancakes.
That's right. I
went into another D&D Discord because I was watching, their stream, and I really loved it. And they said something like, little number big box, because they were talking about the modifiers on the character sheet, like some people put the big number in the big box and the modifier in the small circle. Yeah. And then most people agree that you put the big number in the small circle and you put your modifier in the big box. And so they were going around saying like big number or small number big box. And I just had to bring up, I'm like, that gives me Tiny Wife Big Pancakes vibes, and no one has any context to that hashtag, but same energy. And then I had to sit and explain it in the Discord, like, wait, why? And I was like, okay, so here's the thing. We were talking about fucking monsters in the monster manual. Like, how do you just, like, broach that subject?
That's
Pixies
so true.
would make great wives because Tiny Wife Big Pancake.
Yep. Exactly. And then it kind of happened on Twitter, and people were
Yep. Just imagine a pixie cooking you a pancake. No big deal.
Yeah, right.
And then they started making memes about like, oh, you made the waifu catalog joke actually happen. And I'm like, yep, we sure did that.
Yep.
And we're gonna do it again. It's gonna come back.
What's a lexicon?
A lexicon is like your vocabulary list.
Oh, okay.
Like it's been added to your personal dictionary, basically.
Love it! I love that!
No one understands Tiny Wife Big Pancake, but I say it in my head all the time.
This is true. Oh man, okay.
Snicksnack God always puts the modifier in the small circle. I don't think it's wrong to do that. Like technically it's not wrong, but you're wrong.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Whoa!
Oh my god, Essential Therapist! We finished the hype!
Oh my god!
Thank you so much!
I can't say thank you enough. I don't know what to do. Phoenix Raven answered the nickname question. Was it Twitch Roleplays Devin?
Twitch Roleplays Devin.
Twitch Roleplays Devin. New nickname.
Thank you guys so much. Oh my god, I can't get over it. Ezekiel.
Yeah, there's like literally all we can say is thank you over and over again, and I feel very repetitive, but thank you so much.
Are we aiming for a 1000% hype train? No.
Is that even possible?
No.
Ah.
No. Okay, no. That would just be insane.
Okay, bye.
Hype train was so strong, Taco Bell was delivered.
My strangest nickname as a kid was Cabana Munane. Cabana Munane.
Ciara yells at me every time.
Okay.
What do I yell at him for?
The rapper for Taco Bell. He said the hype train was so big that and so powerful that Taco Bell got delivered to me. Wow.
And your aunt called you that, Nutri? Did you have a fun nickname for your aunt back? Like, did you call her something crazy like Cabana Munane? My strangest nickname was Eon or Warby. Those sound really cool though. They don't sound strange. They sound like metal.
Yeah.
Like Eon. Yeah, that's awesome. My
Big
parents
Al?
called me Big Al. Did you like the name Big Al? Was that like a nickname you liked or not so much? I was called Snick after I made one mistake, and now you've made it part of your username. So now you will be called Snick forevermore.
Thank you so much.
She gave us wild names, like my cousin was Toady McNody. Oh, I love that.
Oh my
and
God.
one was Chew Dada Da Mina. How do you even say that? Wow. Chew Dada Da Mina.
Oh my god.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for the hype train, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That was amazing.
TK, I would be honored if you wanted to send me a set of tarot cards, but obviously it's not required. Like, I would be so grateful, but just you being here is honestly like so nice, and everyone just being here is like good enough, you know? Okay. I did. It was
Big Mac Collins, oh my god.
All right.
The Cry Club. The Cry Club.
The Cry Club. Not a nickname, but my birth name is Maria because my dad hates Sound of Music and West Side Story. My mom was so late to their wedding that her uncle said Ame Maria 12 times. That's a story. Wow. There's a lot of levels to that, and I don't know if we have time to unpack all of that right now. This is me opening a box. I have really bad.
So they decided to name you Maria? That's incredible.
Thank you for that subscription, Big Mac. It's really nice to see you again. Always nice to hang out with you.
Thank you.
We'll catch you in the next, we have a new Patreon hangout coming this month too. It's May 1st, so we'll get to talk to you soon too, which is really, really nice.
Yeah. Oh god, wait, no, I ruined the 69 members, so sorry. Wait, what? The 69 members?
Oh, we had 69 members in the Discord and Six Mac was 70.
It's okay. Honestly, at least we got to 69, you know?
Now we just have to get to 169 and it'll be good again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, wait, our next goal is 420, so.
Well, 169.
That's true.
Then 420.
Then 420, of course. How could I ever...
Yeah, you're 69. Nice. I was about to say like, oh, do you want to shuffle for, or did you pick the cards for Stick Snack? But then I just saw that giant taco to the face, and I was like, never mind. I'll keep stalling.
Yeah, I did in fact. Oh my gosh, Kat, thank you so much for stopping by.
It was so nice to see you here.
Yeah, thank you
so much. I hope that we see you on Wednesday for our D&D campaign, or
or at least
Nova's Tarot Corner.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be great.
Bye, bestie.
Bye.
Oh no. Bye, bestie.
Oh, is that what you're... Oh.
This is besties.
Hi, besties.
Bye, besties. See you later. No,
if you guys don't know, Gianna's love language is giving Taco Bell sauce packets.
This is true.
With, like, sayings on it.
This is true. It's
What time and time zone does D&D happen? It is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific
time. I don't know if it's PST or PDT, whatever it is.
Wednesday, 7 p.m. PST is our D&D stream. TK, I could DM my Canadian address, but I feel like it would be better to just do it to the house, the Twitch Lays house, because it's gonna be really expensive to send something internationally, and there's no way that I want you to have to pay international shipping. So I'm gonna politely decline because I'm not allowing anyone to spend that much money on me. International shipping is a bitch.
This is true. This is true.
But
Okay.
yes.
Sorry.
Snack, then Ezekiel is on deck.
Okay. Snack, we got your reading picked out. Here we go.
Phoenix Raven, I am looking. So my nicknames are Sadie, Say, Mac, Phoenix, Raven, Wings, Juice Girl, Pocahontas.
Wow.
Damn. That's a lot of nicknames.
Yeah. There's a lot of like variety there.
Yeah, I like a lot of those too. Raven and Phoenix, Boss, Say is cute.
Oh my god, Ezekiel!
Oh my god!
You gifted 24 subs! Oh my god!
Ooh, well, wow.
Me jumping in on my phone so I can get a free sub.
Gianna, you're on this show!
Sorry, I know. I would never do that. That's horrible.
Sade rhyming with Jade. Okay, so not Sade. Your name is Sadie. Gotcha.
Got it. Okay.
I can't read.
So,
I can't read.
Snick, we've got here your reading. The 4 of Cups, the 2 of Wands in your present, and the 9 of Cups in your future. Okay. You already got a free sub, Gianna, but my sub actually already ended on my personal account. So when I go to like rewatch a clip or something, I get an ad, which is honestly like fine. Because, you know, we do love Maddie Morgs. Hello. I don't know, like, I don't know. The ads are fine. I can deal with the ads, you know, like, they're 30 seconds, it's fine. Oh, like, you got one tonight? I did? Are you joking? I'm not even on... Wait, let me go test this one out. Let me go test this out.
Okay. How about I do the reading then while you look? Except that I have a really hard time actually seeing what those cards are. Can you just list the cards? To me really quick?
I did get one! Thank you!
Gianna!
Sorry. Okay. Okay. 4 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 9 of Cups.
Okay.
This is general, correct?
I believe so.
I think it's general. So the 4 of Cups. Okay, let's move. So the 4 of Cups, oh, this is the like,
boredom card.
Boredom card, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, this is kind of like, you can see here in the picture, like the guy has a few choices in front of him. There's someone else at the door with another choice, but he's just kind of like, he's got so many options in front of him and he's just not satisfied with what's presented in front of him. So there might have been something in your past where there were opportunities presented to you or choices that you had to make or wanted to make. For example, this is just an example, more specific, if it's like a job, right? You're like going to job interviews, like these cups could stand for each like job offer that was presented. But you sit there and you're like, like I could do better, or like, I don't know, like I'll wait for the next thing to come along. But here's the problem with it. Let me tell you, when you wait longer and you wait and you wait and you wait, it's gonna, like, all of these offers, all these opportunities, just boom, they're gone. And then you're stuck feeling like, okay, well, maybe I should have made a decision. Yeah, you should have. You should have made the decision, but you didn't. Because you were... This isn't me roasting you, first of all. I'm just saying, like, this is an example.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Correct. I am not roasting.
Yeah. It's just warning about, well, I guess it could be like a warning or a like heads up of either you're getting like bored or indifferent about your current situation, so maybe it's time for a change. You know, maybe like you've reached that point in your life where like not enough stuff's happening and you're feeling like kind of bored with it, or your job or your relationship, whatever that might be. And that means it's time to look for something new. Or it could be warning like, hey, you can't just flip from one thing to the next because you're bored. You know, maybe you have to commit to something to like be in it for the long haul, because it's not going to just be great immediately.
Yeah.
You know, some things take time to build up, and you're not like, you know, if it's like learning a new skill and you're not good at it right away, you shouldn't just like give up and move on. You got to actually sit and take the time, the hours to practice. Or with a relationship or with a job, you know, you're not going to get that promotion right away. So, you know, it's just kind of talking about that general feeling of indifference, but it's up to you to know whether that's like heeding a warning or whether that's like, you know, saying like, wait, give it a moment. It could still be amazing as long as you're not like too flighty about it.
This is weird though, because there's a theme happening in this reading. So like the Four of Cups, opportunities are presented, things are happening. The guy just sits there and is like, I don't know. I could do that.
I'm not excited about anything.
Oh yes. What do you think?
What is happening?
The strawberry basil is really good, and the citrus too is also good. This one has pineapple in it.
I want this one.
Anyway, so then the next card in your present,
I got free juice from Alex.
You got a nice beverage.
Thank you, Alex.
So the Two of Wands in your present is very interesting because it actually does talk about a path. It's talking about two choices, you know, going down, usually in regards to like a job or a project, but could be other aspects of your life. And it's like you're at a crossroads now, whether to start something brand new or to continue what you've already been working on and really commit for the long haul. So you're right. There is a definite theme going on here of like, you're at a point in your life right now where you can't quite decide if you want to give up on what you're currently doing for something new, or whether you want to like really buckle down and stay focused on this path for the long haul. And
correct.
Again, I don't know if that's about your relationship or your career or a project, but you definitely have a decision coming, which then leads to your future card, which was the Eight of Cups?
Nine of Cups.
Nine of Cups.
Which is lovely because the Nine of Cups is all about like this, it's like the success card. Oh, it's called the Wish card.
It's the Wish card, I was gonna say. Yeah, it's all about like getting what you've been wishing for.
Yeah.
It's like that really much ideal, like, you know, promotion or mansion or, you know, whatever that like big ideal, like, oh, maybe someday goal. That's talking about that. It's finding pleasure in like getting what you've been hoping for.
Yeah. It literally says, its presence in a reading is certainly a good sign that you have either achieved what you'd hoped for or hoped to, or are well on your way to doing so. But don't get too cocky. After all, life's uncertain and wishes are tricky. But I mean, like, again, you contemplated, you like struggled with like making a decision. You kind of got your act together, started focusing on what opportunity or what direction you should go toward, and then boom, because you took the initiative, now you're kind of at this point where, you know, you've got everything that you would hope for and wished for, and now boom, you're here. So.
Yeah. So it seems like whatever decision that you make in the present is gonna like theoretically lead you towards that big wish fulfillment. So, you know, just keep your past in mind about that feeling of indifference. You know, really reflect on whether it's wise for you to really buckle down and put in for the long haul, or whether it's time for a change. And, you know, always keep that future goal in mind, because this path, this decision could really like help lead you towards it.
Yeah.
So
Period.
Stay focused.
Snick, that's a great reading.
That is really good. And yeah, you're right about that like general theme around all three cards really pointing about this decision.
So that is your reading. Congrats. Thanks for tuning in. That is it. All right. Who's up next? We have, Ezekiel Manifest is up next, right?
Yes, there's this handy dandy button where I can actually say who's on deck.
Oh, lovely.
Really cool. So I've been utilizing that. And Ezekiel would like a career reading. If you want to take a moment to shuffle, or I can find another question.
Great.
I really like this one. What weird tradition or just like unique tradition did your family have when you were growing up?
Aww. Oh, that's a good one. I have to think about that one.
I don't know that I had any. I mean, I think I do have weird ones, but it's hard to know what's weird, like without someone being like, your family did what? Because otherwise you just kind of assume it's normal. Yeah. We always made, and this is just kind of a nice tradition, my dad always made homemade candy for Christmas. So a lot of people like bake cookies and like frost and decorate cookies for Christmas. My dad would make homemade caramels, chocolate covered pretzels, chocolate covered nuts. One year he made like a cookies and cream like candy thing that I really loved, and I like ate by the fucking like baking sheet because I was so obsessed with it when I was a kid. Just like all this homemade candy, and that was always something to always look forward to at Christmas, because we would put them on like a big serving plate. So you'd have like the Christmas cookies on one side, and then you'd have the piles of homemade candy on the other, and that would always come out for like when guests came over around Christmas, and it was so good.
I love that. Oh, homemade candy? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who makes homemade candy. I don't think it's weird, but I think it's like cute.
Thank you, Snick Snack God. Thank you for the
oh my gosh,
the subscription.
Thank you.
This is subscription.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Are you
it's
crying
fine.
Again?
I'm fine.
I'm not laughing at you. I am laughing. I am happy at how happy you are.
It's like, just so nice. Like, oh my god, people are literally like going out of their way and like subscribing to us, and like that's so exciting. Like,
yeah.
What the heck? Because that means we can do this longer.
I don't think it's like hitting me either. I think I'm just like laughing out of like a defense mechanism.
Yeah. Honestly.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
But there's two types of people, those that cry hysterically and those that laugh hysterically, and I'm the scarier of the two.
There you are. I think, what was the question? It was like weird traditions?
Or just like a tradition that your family does that maybe not every family does. Just, a unique tradition, I guess, is a better way of putting it.
My family has a lot because we're Italian, so like we have a lot of traditions.
Okay.
But I will say probably the weirdest one that people are like, for my parents' anniversary, they don't go out just them two. They have me and my brother tag along.
Okay.
And they think it's just like, we like go out to dinner, and it's like we always go like to like a fancy restaurant, and then, but it's never like just them two for their anniversary. They always ask my brother and I to go along.
That's really sweet though, that you get to celebrate with them.
Yeah, it's super sweet. People are always like, wait, what? Why? And honestly, I don't know why. I don't know,
but they want to spend a happy time with their family.
Yeah, and like I'm really close with my parents, so like I love going and like having that time with them. But it is interesting because most people for their anniversaries go out with just them. Yeah,
it's like a couple time.
Yeah.
Magic Carp says that's a mood. Italian families know nothing but traditions.
It's so true. It's so true. We also do this thing every year where it's the Saturday before Christmas. Mm-hmm. We always have a Christmas party with like 80 of my family members from my mom's side.
Me too.
Yeah, they all come over, and we have this like huge ass Christmas party. Mm-hmm. It's like homemade raviolis and like homemade
the
cheese
most
pies.
Christmas of dessert or dishes.
Right. The most Italian Christmas.
The most Italian Christmas thing you can think of is ravioli.
Yeah, and then we have Santa come, and Santa comes and he brings presents for everyone, and it's super sweet, and we end the night with, this is also a very, very, very weird tradition. Yeah. Italians, let me just ask this question to you. Mm-hmm. When you end a meal. So there's like your starters, your appetizers, your main course. What do you end with typically?
Dessert and wine.
Okay. Yes, that's typically the answer, is like dessert. Mm-hmm. We have appetizers, the main course, dessert. And then once we're done with dessert, we have Italian lunch meats and sandwiches.
Oh, like a charcuterie board?
Kind of. But
Okay.
you like have sandwiches and then you put lunch meats on your sandwich with like oil and like whatever,
Ooh.
cheese, and you just eat that. And it's like 11 o'clock at night and everyone has a sandwich. And it's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, why would you end your night? Why would you end your meal
With more bread.
with more bread? It's the most Italian thing you've ever heard in your life.
It
Like,
sounds delicious.
it's
though.
great. And like the
You know what Italians are? Happy.
It's because we just never stop eating. Ever.
Happiness. That's what
Yeah.
I call happiness.
Yeah. We gotta have the meats, but we do beer too. See, I love beer, and I think it's the Irish in me, my dad's side, but on my mom's side, all they do is drink wine or limoncello or sambuca.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that's
very
it.
Italian.
Yeah.
Snick Snack, the family gets together and makes tamales. Oh my god.
Oh,
that sounds really
are
good.
you kidding
Homemade
me?
tamales are the best.
I love tamales. Oh my god.
And then Magikarp's Italian family is more beer people than wine people. And then Maddie Mug says, "Hey, put some meat on them bones." Makes Italian.
That is so true. Makes
Have
the Italian
I ever
hands.
heard of Bungo stray dogs? I have not.
No, what is that?
I'm very curious to hear. But when you were talking about your family all getting together for Christmas, so I have a huge family on my dad's side because my grandparents were farmers, so they had a lot of kids, and my grandma and grandpa had 15 kids. So
Oh my god.
when we got together for Christmas, we did not get together at somebody's house. We rented a town hall.
No way.
Every year they would rent the town hall, which just had this like huge open space, and then there was a kitchen, so then we would do like a potluck and everyone would bring their like slow cookers full of food, and it would just be like a big buffet line of all of us. And I swear to God, I do not know all of my aunts and uncles and cousins' names.
What the hell?
I've tried. My mom used to have like a family photo, and it wasn't even of all of my aunts and uncles, it was just of like the blood relatives. That's not even including all of their spouses. And she would like quiz me, like, who's that, and I'm like, Aunt Dottie. And I know that one's Dwayne, because it's a fun name. I know Dwayne. That one's Dad. I know him. But
I would hope so.
but like, yeah, so that was also kind of one of our traditions. That's a little different because, you know, most families don't rent out a town hall just to get together for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a very weird tradition, I would say.
So TK answers, it's an anime where the characters are based off real life writers and authors. That sounds awesome. I love that. I'm obsessed with writing and, you know,
That's
literature.
very much up Sierra's alley.
That is exactly up my alley. So I am writing that down underneath Septimus Heap as things I need to check out. There's so many good recommendations today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Please keep them coming.
Yeah. Okay. I don't miss my family, but I miss the Italian cooking. Fair. Again, happiness is a home cooked meal. You heard it here
true.
first. You can quote me on that. Gotta start becoming an Italian grandmother so that I can host Italian family dinners.
Honestly,
goals.
that's gonna need to happen soup soon.
And Magikarp's family did something similar to mine, only it's the volunteer fire department instead of the town hall. I love that.
Wow.
We're like West Coast, East Coast versions of the same family.
That's so funny.
But are you proficient with wooden spoons, asks Maddie Morgs. Because if you're going to be an Italian grandmother, you have to wield them mightily.
Yeah, I am very, very proficient in wooden spoons. If I was a D&D character, I would have proficiency in wooden spoons, let's be real.
I feel like that's a toolkit that you can have proficiency in.
Yeah.
Proficiency in cooking, maybe?
I used to, this is the most Italian thing ever, I used to get spanked by a wooden spoon when I was bad. But like, it was very like, it was like on my diaper, so like it would scare me, but it wasn't like actually hurting me, you know what I mean?
Oh.
But like, I recall it hurting.
Oh, of course, because it's like the shock of it more
Yeah,
so than the actual
correct.
pain.
Correct.
And the weight of your parents' disappointment.
Exactly. I also got soap in my mouth, which is why I don't like cilantro, because cilantro tastes like soap to me.
You're one of those genetic freaks.
Yeah, unfortunately. It sucks.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Snick Snack's reading, and now Ezekiel's up next with a career reading.
Yeah.
And then after that is Phoenix Raven. So stay tuned.
Okay. I got
If you haven't already gotten on the list, give us a follow and then type !join in the chat and you'll be on our up next list for readings.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords in your present, and the Page of Wands in your future.
Love me a good Queen of Swords.
I know you love her. I know you love her.
I do.
The Five of Pentacles, I believe, is one of those cards where it's like, ooh, not the best.
You are, in your past at least, so that's a good thing, it was in your past, but you most probably had some financial difficulties.
Have been through it.
Yeah, you worked your way through it, probably, hopefully, I'm praying for you, but in your past you've had some financial difficulties where your budgets were, a little smaller than you'd like. Maybe that bank account was a little lower than you had hoped. Mm-hmm. You really had to strain and really be self-sacrificing and disciplined to make it through paycheck to paycheck kind of dealio. Which, I mean, once again, it's in your past, so I'm hoping that's not still in your present. I've been there for sure. I remember the weeks or the 2 weeks depending on what job I was in where I literally couldn't buy something until my paycheck dropped, and how scary that was. And especially with the pandemic and everything too, some people thrived in the pandemic and some people really are eking their way through it, so yeah, that's a relatable feel for sure.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's one of those cards that's you kind of, times are tough, and it's kind of just hang in there, it's gonna get better, obviously, but thank God it's in your past, because that means if this was in your future or in your future position, ooh, not a fun time, but it's in your past, so that's good. Hopefully those times are past you. And then
Ezekiel asked what was the name of it again. I'm not sure if they're asking the name of the card or if they're talking about the anime in the chat. So please explain your question.
Oh, which one? Oh.
The card. It's the Five of Pentacles.
Yeah, Five of Pentacles.
Yeah. Pentacles is that one.
Mm-hmm. Then we have the Queen of Swords, which is the swords. Okay, so the suit of each card, or the suit of each card, there's swords, wands, pentacles, and cups. Mm-hmm. And each one represents one of the elements, air, earth, water, and fire. And of course that relates to the zodiac, which I am very, very somewhat proficient in.
You're my resident expert on horoscopes.
I do love horoscopes. I love a good zodiac sign. Mm-hmm. The guy that I'm currently dating, I asked him for his birth time and he was like, why? And I was like, no reason.
Don't ask questions, just tell me.
Yeah, exactly. So the swords is air. So this could represent you if you are an air sign. But if not, don't worry about it. This is just, that's just a suggestion.
Yeah, this could also represent a female presence in your life, maybe someone if this upcoming explanation does not sound like you. But the Queen of Swords represents a person who is very much no bullshit, not taking crap from anybody, knows what they want. The sword has always represented cutting through nonsense, and it's about logic over emotion.
Libra is an air sign. Yes, it is.
Oh, is Ezekiel an air sign?
I don't know.
Maybe so.
Ezekiel asked, is Libra
or someone
an air?
they know is a Libra.
Ooh.
But so that's a very good chance that this is either you or the person you're. Oh, it is. Look at that. So this is a person that cuts through the bullshit. It's someone who knows what they want. It's someone who can sometimes like, because, you know, when someone's blunt or frank or no nonsense, that can like turn people off. They're a very divisive person. Like you either love them or you hate them. I personally am like a lover of the Queen of Swords because I don't like playing mind games. I don't like having to guess what you're thinking. I like if, like, you know, people just tell you what they want and what they're thinking. And so the Queen of Swords very much has that energy of like, this is how it is. This is the way I see the world. If you disagree with me, I don't care. This is what I know I want. And this is like how things are.
Yep.
And so it's
I'm an Aquarius,
like,
so I get it.
this is probably representing you in your current state. You're in a position in your life where you're done taking the bullshit. Like you've reached a point where like you're done playing politics. You're done, you know, like having to tiptoe around things, and you just want to like get straight to the point, and you just want to, you know, put it all out there.
Yeah. And that, because it's like what career? It's career reading.
Mm-hmm.
So that can definitely apply to like your career. But I think what's very interesting is your future card is the Page of Wands, which is all about starting a new path, new beginnings. Basically saying like, you know, it's new and different, and it's intimidating and exciting all at the same time. And I don't know, there could be something happening in your future where there's a new opportunity, where you're starting either a new job or you're going to start a new position. Maybe you get a promotion.
It seems like maybe you need to like take that Queen of Swords energy into a kind of like a career conversation. Maybe it means like you need to channel that energy to, you know, lay everything out on the table and be like, hey, these are my skills, these are my qualifications, I deserve a raise, or I deserve this much.
Yeah.
Maybe it means you are gonna take that Queen of Swords energy and quit your job because you need a better prospect. Maybe your current job hasn't promoted you in a really long time and you deserve it by now. Maybe they're not competitively paying you anymore. Maybe they're not listening when you give them your availability and they're trying to schedule on days that you said you're not available.
Oh, that's the worst.
That is the worst. And they're just not respecting you. So either way, you're, you know, in the present, you have that Queen of Swords energy that's confidence and no bullshit and knows what you're worth and what you want. And in a career setting, that means, you know, you can take that energy into new opportunities and like get, you know, ask for that raise you deserve, ask for that promotion. Or if they're just not giving it to you, it's time to move on to something better. I actually saw a person on, and obviously it's on the internet, so whatever, but they did like a chart of all of the jobs that they had in their life, and they charted how much money they got when they, you look like you've maybe seen this, but how much money they got when they stayed at a company for like promotions and raises versus how much money they got when they left that job and moved on to another job. And it was like exponentially higher. The turnaround rate for like quitting your job and then starting a new job, you'll always get like way more money than if you stay at the company that you're at, because they don't deal out like promotions and raises all that often. And so, you know, when companies ask like, why did you quit your last job? It's like, because they weren't paying me what I'm worth, and a new job opportunity was better for me. Like, I'm not here to be somebody's like stool.
Or sometimes what happens is you're so good at your job, they don't want to promote you.
Yes. And
which is like, kind of messed up.
Yeah.
That's like super messed up. Like, if you're really good at your job, you could probably be even better at the job above you. Like, it's not fair for them to keep you at that job, at that position, because you're just good at it. Yeah. Like, make it make sense.
Ezekiel says it sounds about right. Decided school was not doing great for me, and I'm taking a 2-year exploration break. And to become 24, I can stop using my parents' financial info. Awesome. Yeah. So that's exactly it. You kind of know what you want. It's time. It's saying that, you know, that page is looking down a new path. You can see it on the card. They're starting a new road. They're looking to explore something new, and you're taking that Queen of Swords energy. You're hoping to get away from your past, from the 5 of Pentacles, and we're gonna hopefully move towards a more financially and, you know, a career that you can really dig your teeth into.
Yeah.
And not have to like deal with the bullshit. Something you really love.
Period. Incredible. that was your reading.
That was for Ezekiel Manifest. You know,
Yeah.
Take what resonates, leave what doesn't.
Exactly. You already know the vibe. Okay.
All right. Phoenix Raven, you are up next.
Woo, Phoenix!
And I know that you just sounded off that you're here. What kind of reading did you want? You might have said it earlier. I have lost it in the chat, so please repeat.
Sorry, I'm just responding to someone real quick.
It's all good. General reading for Phoenix Raven. Okay, next question. A lot of these have to do with the past, so sorry about that. I'm kind of going on a popular trend, but I like this one. What is the weirdest thing in your parents' or your grandparents' house? Like, this could be like a weird knickknack, a weird like thing. I don't know. Like weird decoration, weird.
In my
knickknack,
parents'
weird,
or grandparents' house?
I guess I'm gonna change the question. In your house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think there's a lot more weird things in my house than there are at my parents' house. Because we nerdy and we have a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. Shoot, I don't know.
TK's calling me out here. Dealing with bullshit is Ciara's catchphrase. I say it every tarot stream. Yeah, I don't like. We pull the like Queen of Swords every stream, and she doesn't deal with bullshit.
Neither
should you.
deal with the bullshit. Yeah. She cuts through it.
She cuts through the bullshit, and so will I, and so should you.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Shoot. I don't know.
Did your grandparents ever have like a weird like knick-knacky thing? Or I mean, or any of your relatives? You got a big Italian family.
I know, that's so true. There's a lot of like weird stories behind stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think that counts.
Okay. There's I don't want to say like knick-knack. It's okay, it's like a really big Bible that my parents have.
Okay.
And it was in my parents' it was my great-grandfather's Bible, and it was given to my dad's brother when
your uncle. Okay.
my uncle as like a gift, or like it was like in the inheritance or whatever for him. It was left in a field by him, and it was like I think 3 or 4 years that went by, and someone was like cutting down the grass in the field and found it and brought it to my church, and they were like, oh, here's this like Bible, this is the last name in it, and it was my last name, and they were like, does anyone here go by that last name? And they were like, yeah, we have parishioners here who go by that name. So they brought it to my parents, and they were like, we found this Bible in the fields, and it had been like 4 years or something that it had been there, and it like lasted like, hello Ravenstar, thank you for following. It ended up like going through like all of this weather, like rain, you know, mudslides, all this stuff, and it was in like pristine condition. And like the fact that it was lost for 4 years in like this random field and it made itself back all the way back to my family is crazy. So I think it's just like a magical little Bible or something, because literally what are the odds of that? It's just really crazy. That's all I can think about.
Really, that is very interesting and kind of strange.
Yeah.
Especially that it survived outside.
Yeah.
For that long, and it didn't like mold.
And it looks brand new. Like, how is that even possible? It doesn't look like it's been in the rain or anything. Bizarre.
Is that here in California where it doesn't rain as much?
Yeah,
okay.
But it rained. It had to have rained at least once in the 4 years. You know?
I mean, yes, of course. But like, wow, is that like a miracle Bible?
I think.
Impervious to rain.
Right.
This magical miracle Bible.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
I was gonna read some in the chat. So, Phoenix Raven, Phoenix Raven's mother had an old journal that she and their sister passed back and forth as secret journal friends when she was in junior high. I think that's very sweet. It may seem a little weird, but I also think that's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's like the sisterhood of the traveling pants, you know?
A little bit, yeah, and it's like a cute way to keep in touch because a lot of people don't like write to each other anymore.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like mail, but it's, you know, a journal that you hand off, it's still nice to like physically write stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, this is from Ezekiel, my mom had a gold letter opener from her great-grandpa. She lost it over and over again, but somehow always found it. That sounds really cool, though. Like, I haven't seen letter openers in a really long time. I feel like not a lot of people own those anymore, so that's really dope.
Yeah, that's sick.
To clarify, my mom and my sister, not my sister and me. Right. So your, you know, daughter to mother journal back and forth for Phoenix.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's cute, because it's like they're keeping in contact across, you know, age groups.
Okay.
Writing to each other. Words are hard. Yeah. All right. So this next one for Phoenix Raven.
Yes. I have Sim.
General.
Okay. Here we
General
go.
Tarot?
General Tarot. Here we are.
General Tarot, yeah.
General Tarot. Thank you. Yes. Exactly. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles in your past. The page. Whoa, it's all Pentacles.
Ooh.
That's
okay, so hey,
crazy.
you asked for a general reading and it's telling you something.
Yeah.
It's about money.
Yeah,
or
Eight of
paperwork,
Pentacles,
documents.
Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles.
Ooh.
That's crazy. Hi, thanks for following Free Range TV.
Hey, Free Range TV, nice to see you.
All right.
Welcome in.
Okay, so I'm not super familiar with Pentacles, so I'm gonna need some assistance.
Okay. Hey, Free Range TV, I was told this is the place to be. So we're just chatting and we're practicing our tarot. Neither of us are experts, so these are for entertainment purposes only, but it is a nice place to kind of talk about life, mysticism, and just like if you're interested in learning tarot. If you'd like a tarot reading, all you have to do is type !join in the chat. And you know, if you're interested in D&D, as our name suggests, we have a persistent campaign D&D stream on Wednesdays, and the audience actually plays along as the 5th member of the campaign by voting in the chat. So it's really cool and really interactive, and you should definitely check that out too.
Yeah.
If you like, you can join our Discord to get updates on when we do the next Tarot Corner and our next D&D stream. And with that very quick plug done and out of the way, I'm gonna look up Pentacles. What was the first one?
The Eight of Pentacles.
Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so you have the Eight of Pentacles, and then the last one's the Nine of Pentacles, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a lot of like really strong energy here, and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure that they're all good.
Okay.
So the Eight of Pentacles.
Hang on, real quick. Raven Star. The deck is Guide to the Everyday Witch Tarot.
Yes.
This is what it looks like. It was recommended to me by my local witches at a metaphysical shop because it's very detailed and the pictures are very stunning, but also provide a lot of detail so that you can kind of guess or get an idea of what it's talking about without using the book.
Yeah, I love the aesthetic of like the minimalist or like the really like abstract tarot decks, but I have the memory of a goldfish, and so I have the golden tarot with the easy tarot handbook that came with it, and it's beautiful, but the pictures are like super detailed so that I can kind of have like a visual image to kind of help remind me what each of the cards mean, which is why like when I'm doing readings with my deck, I have a lot of easier time than like when I'm looking at Gianna's deck. Like right now, I kind of still have to reference because I'm like, I'm still really dependent on the visual.
Yeah.
And I know it better
100%.
with my deck than anybody else's. But I'm trying to get there, and that's part of this stream too, is just like trying to learn and memorize all this.
Yeah.
And we're slowly having to refer to the books less and less. But
Yeah.
that's why we're not experts.
Yeah, exactly. And I got a cat tarot deck for my birthday or for Christmas, and I can't really use it because it doesn't have like the word of like Eight of Pentacles. It like has like a sign, a symbol.
A little symbol, yeah.
And the number. And I'm like, I can't understand what that means. So it's super hard for me. And also,
That's how we learn, yeah.
yeah, and the cats are very like not super detailed. So it's like a really cute deck, and I love it. I use it just for my own tarot readings, rather than this deck I use more so for other people. Which
I've heard is good anyway.
Yeah. So, you have the same deck. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but it's very cute. And
thank you so much for being here, Snick Snack. It was so nice to see you and talk to you, and this was a really fun time.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck with orientation tomorrow.
Yeah, have a fun time. Okay, great. I was gonna say, I'm already famous. We don't need someone to be like, you want to be famous?
Already there. Don't worry.
Great.
Anyway.
I'm already famous. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles.
That's the apprenticeship card. So this is all about like learning something new or practicing a skill. So I think of this one a lot like, because we don't really have apprenticeships anymore, the closest like modern thing is like an internship. But I like to think about this one as either like school, like going to school for your like skill set. Maybe you're learning computer science, maybe you're learning art, maybe you're learning, anything. This card can refer into your past as like you learning and getting maybe a degree, maybe graduating high school, whatever that may be. Or this can even just refer to like teaching yourself something at home. So there's tons of skills that like, you don't really need to go to school to learn. You can teach yourself or you can practice yourself. Maybe you've been practicing digital art over the quarantine. Maybe you've been teaching yourself how to code over the quarantine. But either way, this card is just referring to like learning and growing a skill and practicing, and because it's a Pentacles card, hopefully that's something that you're learning or teaching yourself because you want to eventually like make it into a career or make it into like a side hustle, especially like in today's economy, everyone's got to get that side hustle. So maybe there's some hobby or some skill that you've been really, really focusing on in the past, and that's gonna help you financially with your present and future. Yeah, and even for your present, like it's the Page of Pentacles, so it's like your path is wide open right now. You're prepared for new adventures, and you're eager to start something new and get started down this new road. So it may represent a new job, a new direction for success and prosperity. It's the best prepared of all the pages for whatever lies ahead. So Phoenix Raven is literally doing homework right now. So
oh my god,
Pentacles is correct. Literally working on a web design to get a design fundamentals certificate, which is great. I love that there's so many like tech driven things that you don't have to like go to school 100% for. You can just get certified.
Yeah,
because it's like so much nicer as adults for like, we don't have time necessarily to go back to school. Some people do, or but some of us are just trying to teach ourselves or get certificates here and there. So that's really, really cool that you can take a couple classes, get that web design certificate, and then hopefully use that in a future career.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's literally what your present is right now, is that you're ready to start this new path. You're ready to do that, and you're open to new adventures regarding that. So, hi everyone, Maddie. Hi. Oh my gosh, Maddie Morgs.
Maddie Morgs out here doing Lord's work.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you so much. We are doing tarot readings, and we're just chatting in between. It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, give us a follow, and then do !join, and you'll be put on the list.
Exactly.
Oh, and thank you for the subscription. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Everyone's subscribing tonight, and Gianna's gonna cry again.
Again!
Oh man, what a roller coaster of emotions.
Have we ever tried using tarot for RPGs? Funny you mentioned that, because that's actually where this show came to be. Gianna, do you want to take that away?
Yes. I play a purple tiefling warlock named Nova, hence the name Nova's Tarot Corner. And she is like a tarot card reader. She has crystals, and she's like super into like astrology and stuff. So that's super funny that you say that, because that's literally how the show began.
Yeah, we have a stream on Wednesday nights. That's our persistent D&D campaign. It's, as we've been saying, it's interactive. You get to play along in the chat. You get to vote on what the characters do, and so that obviously, like, Nova is the inspiration behind all of this. This is Gianna's baby. We would not be here without Gianna's creative, beautiful mind. I have also heard, and I think I just saw like a Kickstarter for it, but I saw it mentioned like 2 Gen Cons ago, that there's this whole RPG system that's based on the tarot. I think it's just called Divination RPG. But I watched like a playthrough of it during Gen Con. And instead of each of you being an individual character, everyone plays as one character, but it's like Inside Out, where you're each like a specific archetype within their brain, and you take turns like piloting for a while. Whoa. And so you make your character not by race and class, but by choosing a tarot archetype, like the Fool or the Empress or the Emperor, and you build your personality around like what that archetype represents. So, you know, if you choose the Empress, you would play as like a motherly, like matronly person. And like, you know, when you take over your character, you make matronly decisions. Or, you know, you pick the Fool and you like make the character make, you know, naive but like happy, joyful decisions. And I haven't played yet, and I think about it all the time. Is it
the one that you sent me?
No.
Okay, it's a different one.
Yeah, that's a different one. There's a lot of really cool RPG systems out there, and I send Gianna all of them. I'm pretty sure it's called Divination RPG, okay. And we're not sponsored. I wish, but I just thought that was a really cool concept, and I would love to I think either they just had a Kickstarter or they've already released it, but I would love to check it out.
Wait, I have a question.
We should do that on this stream, honestly.
No, I was gonna say that would be super sick.
It would be very on brand.
Yeah. There was someone who asked or said, doing tarot character creation is really fun. Lemon, what do you mean by that? Like you roll, or you what's it called? Like pull cards for your character? Or, cause if so, that's what I'm gonna do that for my next one.
I was watching a D&D campaign creation stream earlier today. Clearly all I do is sit and watch you guys. And they were talking about using archetypes to build characters and see if your party was balanced. And so if you use the archetype of the major arcana to help you decide what your the driving factor of your character is, that can help you to really boil down your character to a single concept, and then see how that differs compared to the other characters' concepts, and if it's balanced.
Got it.
So yeah,
interesting.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, thank you, anonymous gifter, who gave Devin a tier 1 sub. Devin's really
TK says, if you like tarot, I recommend Hand of Fate. Not sure what that is. Let us know some details.
Yeah.
Ezekiel also is playing a tiefling. So you got a tiefling group right here. His name is Locali. Cool.
That's sick. I love tieflings.
And then Shugaway says, that sounds like a bunch of JoJo memes waiting to happen. So our local goblin, Alex, started me watching JoJo's Grand Adventure or Bizarre Adventure. I know anime things. I haven't gotten to the point where the tarot part comes in yet. I've only just scratched the surface. I've only seen a few episodes, but I keep hearing that their powers are called different tarot things. I don't think that they're actually based on the tarot in any real way, but I think that's just the title that they give it. So I need to get further in and actually see the JoJo tarot connection so that I can also make JoJo memes whenever we do this.
That's so funny. I'm about to play a half-elf bard, sort of inspired by Nova and her tarot. Oh my god! Oh! Don't make me cry again! That is the nicest thing!
That's so nice.
Oh my god!
You've inspired somebody!
Stop
That's
it.
so nice!
That's so crazy.
Hey, so speaking of, we're gonna finish your reading.
Yeah, sorry.
It ends well. So 9 of Pentacles is talking about this witch is she's sitting alone in her grove because it's the seeds that she's sown, and now she's reaping the benefits. Yeah. So this card is all about being independent and financially stable. based on your own merits. So this is like, you know, this witch has planted her garden and now she gets to bask in it. This is about, you know, getting that degree and then making money just because you have that skill and you're good at it. Like, you're not depending on anybody else for financial like independence. Like, it's all you. So considering like the progression of these cards, damn, that's a great ending. You know, in the past, you're working on this skill, you're in school, you're learning something new. In the present, it's talking about all of those opportunities that's going to bring you, and then in the future, you're going to be financially independent and able to like stand and live on your own, thanks to all of these skills that you've accumulated.
Yeah.
And in December, you graduate in December. Oh my goodness, that's so close.
That's crazy.
You got this. Just work through it.
Yeah.
Power through. You got this.
You're gonna succeed with whatever comes your way. Like, whatever you start doing, like, it's gonna lead to good things. Like, this is gonna be a good thing for you. A good beginning. So, keep at it. You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. Everything's gonna be just fine, you know? So, incredible. Wow.
TK says, Hand of Fate is a game where you work your way through randomized dungeons, and the cards of the deck, I guess, you pull to like randomize the dungeon. So that's really interesting.
That kind of reminds me. That kind of reminds me of that one game we played before you left.
Escape the Dark Castle.
That one.
Yep.
That one.
Mm-hmm. Devin loves that game. We got all the expansions for it.
That's so true.
And apparently it's kind of like Weave, which I also haven't heard of, but I'm learning so much. I just keep like so many things to check out. I gotta write everything down.
Everyone's recommending some things.
I know. Weave is good. Hand of Fate sounds good. You know, if you like board games too, obviously we're talking a lot about like RPGs, but Devin and I are huge board game people. We have like whole collections of board games. I would love to talk about board games one day.
This is true. When Ciara was not in a different country, I would come over all the time and play board games, and that's no longer the case because Ciara's kind of like the board game master.
I am lucky in that I worked at a board game shop, and so even if I didn't play a board game, I had to know about all the board games because people would come up to me and ask for recommendations, or they would like ask me to teach them a game, and even if I hadn't played it before, there was a couple that I could be like, oh, okay, here, let me explain it to you. And so, and I've been tested and proven that this is my superpower, but you can describe a board game to me without naming it, and I can tell you what game you're talking about. And I told this to our Discord, and then it went on this like whole long tangent where we basically played a trivia game of everybody naming like really the most vague way of describing a board game. And everyone ended up playing along, which is really nice because then the pressure was off of me. But like yeah. I could name almost all the board games, and the only person that tripped me up was Nucci. And I don't think it's fair because he described a board game that I had not only not heard of, but never even seen a picture of before. I had to Google it. It's a board game based off of the like Rich Man, Poor Man like book series, those like financial guru ones, which is like not my jam. So no offense to anyone that likes Rich Man, Poor Man or whatever, but those guys' books are not something I've read, and therefore I've never played that board game, which is based off of it.
Got it. This makes sense.
And Maddie Morg says, if you ever want to share shop talk, let me know. Shop talk like board game talk? Like board game shop talk? Because hell yeah.
I really want to work on a dice shop. I would love that.
Oh yeah, just like one of those like Etsy ones?
No, like an actual dice shop.
Just like a whole shop just for dice?
Yeah, there's like, there's
no
like
board games, just dice?
there's like D&D shops around my house, and I really want to work at one. Yeah. Okay. They have like there's this one. It's called Dice House, and they like have so much dice, but it's also like they have minis and paints.
So much dice.
And books. Okay. And stuff,
so it's like a miniatures and dice shop. That's cool.
Yeah, I want to work at one.
Yeah, most of the ones that I've seen are... No, I've been to a couple that are like only miniatures and dice. But most of the shops that I go to are like board games first, and then like have dice as well. Because I like the big board games. I like the big fat boxes of board games.
Yeah, that's just.
You know, it's good if like it has like a campaign mode with like a huge like Gloomhaven style. Yes. Give me that plot-based board game.
Wait, Maddie owns a game store in Ohio.
He runs a friendly local game shop. Oh my goodness. What's it called? Also, I wish that I could go visit, but that's so far away.
Yeah. Phoenix, your friends run a dice shop. I want to.
And Free Range TV's hobby is mini and painting. That's really, really cool. If you stream that, I think we would love to check that out because Devin is also learning how to paint minis.
Yeah, this is true. We would love to check that out.
Yeah. It
is Dice House, not Dice House.
Dice House.
Dice House. I want to sell my dice in a dice shop. Honestly, Magikarp, you can absolutely do it. Absolutely, you can do it. I have 3 sets of dice on the way. One for Localai, his fiance, and his past arch nemesis. I have a dice problem. Ezekiel, you and I can talk about dice all we want because I have a dice problem too. I literally love dice.
Yes,
dice.
Sorry. Maddie Morris it's in Sandusky, which you didn't even have to tell me Cedar Point town because I knew that. You just say the word Sandusky, I'm like, Cedar Point, roller coasters, let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's yeah, I love roller coasters, and Cedar Point has like some of the biggest roller coasters in America, and I have not gone.
I don't like roller coasters.
I really want to go.
I don't like roller coasters.
Give me those big fat roller coaster boys. I will ride them. That came out wrong.
Give me those roller coaster boys.
Or it came out very, very right. I don't know.
Oh man. Okay. What? Wow. So much is happening in the chat.
Yeah. The chat is going by real fast.
Hi, chat.
Hello, everybody.
Who's next in the queue?
It is TK Digiboy is up next.
Okay, great.
On
TK...
deck after that is Nuchi Kabuchi. I hate that I do that when I stutter. I go bleh,
Blech.
bleh, as a way to like restart. That's my like stop reset noise.
Oh man. I'm in the I don't like roller coasters crowd. Yeah, it is. I like Disney roller coasters because I think there's a theme to it and I can get a little distracted by the theming rather than like the actual like weightlessness feeling, which I don't like. If any of you are in town, just let me know so I can be sure to be at the store to greet you. Oh, to show you the awesome local spots, man. The tourist ones.
Yeah.
Maddie, I would love nothing more than to go to Ohio.
As soon as we're allowed to like see people, I guess you guys are allowed.
I'm allowed to see people.
Again.
I'm fully vaxxed. I am fully vaxxed.
I'm so jealous. So fun fact, okay, for those that don't know, I'm currently in Canada for a job. Canada's rollout for the vaccine is
not good.
Sad.
It's not good.
It's not good. Also, I am on an island. I'm on Vancouver Island, and I thought like, oh, on my weekends off, I'll just take a ferry to Vancouver and I'll go look around and see all the sights. Guess what? Travel ban. They have shut down the ferries to anybody but essential workers because their cases are spiking, which I think compared to American numbers are nothing, but for them it's important. Oh. And so I'm stuck on the island and I can't go anywhere or see anything, and I'm very, very sad.
Very, very.
very, very, very sad. I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Llewellyn?
Llewellyn is in Canada. You're getting your first shot on Monday because I'm a hot spot in Ontario and they're letting me take it early. Yeah, see, that's the thing. In America, my boyfriend already has both of his shots. Like
everyone
most of the
in this
people
house
I know,
has all of their shots already.
Everybody has all of their shots, and if I had just stayed home, I would also have all of my shots. Yep. I sound like a dog going to daycare. Well, like, is he gonna have all his shots? We can't groom him until we have all the shots. But yeah, so I have to wait until I get back, which is months from now, to be able to be vaccinated, and I'm very upset about it.
Yeah. I think in a couple weeks we're gonna take down the plexiglass in the D&D.
That's so nice for you.
I know.
I still can't see people, but I'm really glad that you guys can actually like hug your buddies again.
Yeah, it's gonna be
kiss
so
everybody.
Great. Yeah. On the mouth, just to be honest.
Just kiss all your friends on the mouth.
Exactly.
It's safe again.
Yep, it's safe. No spiking here. Okay. So
TK would
TK
like-
wants to love reading.
Love reading, yep.
Love reading. Do you have a question for us, Ciara?
I will look at one right now. You know what? I will make one up on the spot. What's your favorite board game?
Oh.
Maddie Morgs, this is for you. Anybody else that loves board games, this is for you. If you don't have a favorite, what are you playing right now that you're really into?
D&D.
That is a tabletop game. I don't know that I would call that a board game, Gianna. I'm gonna need you to
Okay,
answer
well then
again.
I'll say I really like playing the dragon one, the Red Dragon Inn.
Red Dragon Inn.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
That.
I really like that one a lot.
We have themed our entire board gaming room like a Dungeons and Dragons tavern with like stone walls and decorations and everything. We've got some fans of Villainous. Nucci likes Villainous. Really cool. Have you gotten the new expansion yet? There's a couple of new expansions. There was the Marvel like reskin, and then also they just released a new expansion with Gaston. Have you played it? Is it any
Ooh.
good? Free Range likes One Night Ultimate Werewolf. That's a great one. I never can get enough people together to play big party games like that because you need like a good chunk of people for Werewolf.
Yeah.
But man, if you can get a big group of people together, that one is like so good. Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. Phoenix, yes. Mwah. Good taste. Love that. You know, it's Betrayal in the House of the Hill, which I think we made you play, Gianna, but reskinned D&D, which is really cool. I have not gotten it yet, but it's on my to-buy list one of these days.
Okay.
Magikarp loves all board games. That's true. A new one that's similar to Betrayal, but with original universe monsters. I can't wait to play. That sounds really cool. I really love Betrayal. I love the mechanic of the like.
Yes, Betrayal.
Haunting. Yes.
Oh, I also really like what's the one?
Just describe it. I'll know it.
The one with the DM screen and the
Mysterium.
that one. That one.
Yes, Mysterium is great.
You all got to see up close and personal Ciara guessing that's her superhero
my
power.
superpower. DM screen, but not D&D. Mysterium.
Yeah, right?
Maddie Morgs, hard to say. Super basic, but Catan. Hey, it's a classic for a region. They keep reprinting it because it's, you know, good. Like,
yeah.
People don't reprint games that aren't good.
Yeah.
That's not true. I mean, sometimes they do, but it's a classic for a reason.
I actually just started playing that one a few months ago.
Catan?
Okay. I started playing.
Oh, here's another question for the chat. Is it Catan or Catan?
Catan. Absolutely Catan.
I switch back and forth all the time. I never know. Catan or Catan, just depends on my mood.
Bye, Free Range TV. Have a great stream.
Yeah.
Or, if you're not streaming, then have a great painting sesh.
And you know, maybe we'll jump in after, depending on when we get done with this list.
Catan. Thank you, Maddie Morgs. Maddie Morgs says Catan. It is absolutely Catan. Do not even get me started.
Oh, this is a hot topic, apparently.
Yeah, it's Catan. I'm very passionate about the way like things are pronounced. Like pecan, it's pecan, not pecan. No.
Pecan.
Yeah. Or
yeah,
like,
I say pecan.
Yeah. Or like, what else? Caramel. I know it's pronounced caramel. I say caramel. I tried to get myself to start saying caramel, and then I just couldn't. So it's caramel.
Lemon likes Munchkin. I also really like Munchkin. I almost never play it, even though I have like a few expansions for it, because I'm really, really competitive, and in my house that can be a double-edged sword. But they just released a new expansion for Munchkin that's Critical Role themed, and I put it on my birthday list. So I think my sister's gonna buy it for me.
I will be playing that with you.
Yes, you are, because even though I never get to play Munchkin, if I have a Critical Role Munchkin, I'm gonna force people to play with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's definitely I will be playing that with you. And it's also pronounced drow, not dro. It's drow. Definitely drow.
For another D&D like board game thing that people mispronounce?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say drow.
Yeah, it's definitely Drow.
It's definitely Drow. Ezekiel loves Critical Role, once again.
Ezekiel, you're gonna fit in so well here.
Yes, please.
We love you already.
Forever.
Please stay forever. You said favorite board game as an old-timer, Dungeon. The original one was released back in 1984.
1984. Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting. I have to like Google that because the original was back then, but have they like reprinted it? Because I probably have seen it. If so,
Dungeon
board game.
Inns and Dragons. That's my favorite game. I still never seen Critical Role.
I don't think I've seen this game, but it looks really cool. And even the original, like the older box, looks really cool.
It's made by Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, I will love Dungeon then. I will absolutely be playing that at some point in my future. I'm learning so much tonight.
I feel like we need to have a whole nother stream just for board games, because look what's happened. It's been like 20 minutes of just detour.
Oh my god, wait. I didn't even realize that the art sharing page is open on this computer. And Free Range just...
What?
Wow, Free Range.
What happened?
Free Range painted an owlbear from last night. And it's so good.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's beautiful.
That's incredible. I will be
It's got the same colors as my hair. It's like greens and blues and purples. I love that.
Also, I just reacted as Devin. Just know that was me. It wasn't Devin. Just me.
Gotcha.
Okay,
so we're doing TK's love reading.
Yes, we're getting into that right now. Let me move
This is
over
why this is a
to-
just chatting stream with some light tarot on top.
Correct. It's like the main course with like a little bit of like seasoning on top.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Because most people, I've been doing my research, and when most people do their just chatting stream, it's almost always like they're playing a video game, like on top of it. Or they'll like talk for a little bit and then be like, oh, like let's throw up Among Us, or like let's throw up Jackbox. And I'm like, we kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just chatting, but then we just like some light tarot on top.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
All right, TK, this is for you. And yes, I do have a Steam account. Ask me in the Discord later, and I will find you and friend you.
There you go. All right, so the Three of Cups, the Hierophant for the present, and the Knight of Pentacles in your future. So the Three of Cups, I believe, if I recall correctly, it's like the celebration card. Wow, I'm getting very good.
Look at you go.
Look at me. It's basically like dance like no one's watching, everything's better when shared with friends, and let's see, it's almost always representing a group of women, although there's nothing to say it couldn't stand for any such supportive bunch of people. They could be family or friends, and yeah, they're together and the moon's overhead, and that is enough reason to dance, you know?
Yeah.
So, relating to love, it's just maybe things were really good with you and past partners, and...
Or it could be like love of family, love of friends.
That's also true.
Yeah, you've had reasons to celebrate with loved ones.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm always like super like detailed or like very like specific, and I think Ciara, you always add like the, well, hang on, let's think of outside the box here.
That's why it's nice to get a tarot reading from two different people.
So like, true.
Could be this, could be that.
So true.
Possibilities.
Yeah. But yeah, like you've had loved ones to celebrate with, to support you throughout your life, and that might have just like defined who you are as a person, and helped to maybe set like certain, I don't know, maybe like set certain expectations of who you want in a partner because of like that love and support.
Yeah. TK does say that they get the most joy when chatting with friends or like-minded people.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. I think of the past too, it's like you know, again, referencing Inside Out, it could be kind of like a core memory. So like, it seems like maybe your past is filled with like a lot of love from family and friends, and maybe that's something like in the future when looking for a partner, you're going to want to find someone that kind of fills you with that same sort of love, and that like the kind of person that you can talk to, like that's like-minded. You know, you want to be able to have like long nerdy conversations with that person, and maybe that's a must for you.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's BRB. Critters are demanding their food. Have fun feeding the critters. It's what you said. I have nothing to add. That was great. Okay, moving to the present. I had something I was gonna say, and then I tried to cover it up by not saying it because I forgot what it was. Okay. So the Hierophant is the one who teaches, who leads the way, who shows us how to manifest the spiritual in our own lives. So it's like your inner wisdom, and maybe this is you right now trying to manifest like certain love, or listening to your like gut feeling, that inner wisdom of like not jumping into a relationship at the moment, or something along those lines. Just like, I think you understand it's important not to jump straight into something that like there has to be like a deep connection, perhaps. That's like pretty wise, I would say. Is like most people who aren't wise would just like jump into a relationship, no questions asked. But the Hierophant I can see as like very structured, calm, balanced, and like this is you right now. TK, Digiboy. You're very like, you know, balanced and manifesting what could come your way, but not jumping at the first opportunity.
Yeah, and TK agrees that they're most often a cautious and shy person.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay.
Yeah, that's great, you know?
Because it sounds like, you know, based on what we talked about with your past, that it's not about being surrounded by a lot of people, and it's not about like big parties or being the center of attention. It seems what's more important to you is those one-on-one conversations with people that you can get into deep conversations with, or you know, people that have things that are similar to you, like-minded people. And that's just as valid, you know, like having those very intimate one-on-one conversations can be. What did you just realize?
I just realized something, but continue.
Okay. No, I mean, that was just mostly my point. Like, it's okay, because if that's what you're looking for in a partner, like, that's all that matters at the end of the day is being able, I mean, if that's one of what you're looking for, is being able to have those deep conversations, and philosophical or nerdy conversations can be really, really nice.
Yeah. This is, all the cards tonight are just going off, and they all have a very same theme. Like a very great storyline, like very no plot holes. The Knight of Pentacles, my quote says, "Slow and steady wins the race."
Look at that.
And like we just said, you know, you don't jump into relationships, like relationship to relationship, like you take your time, you really make sure like it's a wise decision before making a decision, and that you're someone that's just like, I'm gonna let it come to me, you know, like I'm gonna live my life. You know? Correct.
You wait for that person that is like really worth getting into a relationship with. You don't just, you know, you don't necessarily date the first person that shows interest, because you know what you want and you're waiting for that right person. Yeah. And that's great. Honestly, like, I think Gianna and I can both attest to the fact that like I didn't get my first boyfriend until I was 25. But like the stars never aligned. I had certain expectations for what I was looking for, and you know, the person that met that expectations and I just always, you know, missed signals until I was 25, and that's fine, because I didn't want to just date anybody. I wanted to really wait for a connection. And so it's cool. Slow and steady wins the race. And like, now it's been almost 3 years. So
So true.
Nice long relationships can come if you wait.
Yeah. And it says the Knight of Pentacles, like all the knights, is about forward movement of some kind. So, you know, there's gonna be something that is gonna drive you forward in your future, whether it be someone or just like the journey, the path of love. You're gonna keep going straight. It's not gonna be like a halt in the road or whatever. And it says, unlike the others, however, the Knight of Pentacles never rushes in. He plans out his goals and his approach, and he does his research to be sure of his path before he takes even one step. That doesn't make him any less powerful, however, just slower and more methodical.
Yeah. Yep.
So this definitely could represent you, and that's honestly great, because this is exactly what we're talking about, and it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's okay to wait. It's okay to, you know, be shy or be cautious at first, because you're really feeling somebody out. You want to really make sure that it's going to work before you jump into things.
Yep, exactly.
But that card holds no less energy. There's no less strength in it. It's just a different type of approach.
Yep. So,
yeah.
There's your
Phoenix
reading.
Raven got their first boyfriend at 15, and now he's my husband. He had to wait a long time.
Wow.
Look at that.
Okay, let's see. By the way, Gianna sent you my birth chart if you ever want to analyze it. Oh, yes. Did you read through it? Because there's a lot of information on there that you could probably get roasted by. It's true, like every time
the stars roast us.
Yeah. Like, you read through some of your stuff on the birth chart and it's like, huh, that's accurate, weirdly. And then you keep going and you're like, so weirdly accurate. And then it just like roasts you. So, still haven't got my first GF. Honestly, it's like truly, it's honestly something, okay, let's discuss. This is where I'm gonna go
Settle in.
This is like my kind of forte, is like talking about love, relationship stuff. Our time is really weird. I find a lot of people are not getting into relationships super quickly. I feel like it's harder to date nowadays.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'm 23. I've been in a relationship for max 2 months. And it's really hard because our generation, or like where we're at right now, it's a lot of hookup culture, which I am not super comfortable with. And like, that's okay if you are, you know, like, I'm not shaming anybody, I'm not judging anyone, like, live your best life. But like, personally, like, I know myself, I get really attached to people very quickly, and so like, hookup culture is just like not my cup of tea.
Right, it just creates, it's like, it makes it harder if you're someone that's not looking for a hookup, because if you're, you know, putting your feelers out there and trying to make a connection, signals get crossed, and people that are just looking for a hookup like misunderstand, or you get your hopes up and they're not looking for anything serious. And it's not necessarily like no one's shaming anybody, but it just makes it harder because not everybody's looking for the same thing. Whereas like back in the day, you know, it was kind of like the social norm that you wait, or, well, you know, even back in the day it wasn't, they just hit it better.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But it just makes it like more difficult when you see someone that you like and you actually get your hopes up, and if you're not both looking for the same thing, it can be really like demoralizing.
It's just like a lot of miscommunication, and like, people don't want to sit down and have like a conversation about it.
No one wants to be vulnerable either. So people aren't like, this is what I'm talking about with the Queen of Swords and mind games. Like, there's this whole like
through the bullshit.
There's this whole societal like system of like, you can't tell her that you like her because then you're uncool. Like, we can't like explain our emotions. You just got to be chill about it. There's like the whole codes of like, can't text within the first 3 days because like then you look desperate.
Yeah,
like all that garbage. Stupid. It's dumb. Like, just be open and honest about what you're looking for. If you're looking for a hookup, just say that. If you're looking for something more, just say that. And like, don't be afraid to put it on the table, because or else when you do play all these mind games, when you're like, oh, like, I like her, but I don't want her to know that I like her. So I'm gonna,
God,
like,
I hate it.
not text her back because I don't want to look desperate, you know?
And I think this is where Gianna's gonna get vulnerable with a bunch of people on the internet.
That's what this is for.
That's what this is for, and honestly, I don't care. I love talking and communicating and all that. But, like, I think I've been confused many times in my past where that was kind of, like, guys play a lot of games now. And so it's really...
Girls do too.
Girls do
Let's
too,
not be
absolutely, absolutely.
stereotypical.
With my, like, experience, a lot of guys, I feel like, don't want to tell the girl that they like her because they don't want to come across as vulnerable. They don't want to come across as, like, emotional.
Weak. They think it's weak to be emotional sometimes.
Yep, exactly. And, like, so I'm like, fine, if they won't make the move, I will. Like, I'll just say, like, hey, I like you, whatever, I don't really care. It's, like, if you like me back, just say the word, and if not, okay, whatever, bye.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, sometimes it doesn't go according to plan. Other times, it does. I haven't had that one. But, like, it's honestly, like, I'm not about the games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I can't tell when guys are, like, trying to play the game or if they're trying to, like, not look weak or if they just genuinely are not interested.
Yeah. I don't pick up those social cues. I don't know, man.
It's super difficult. It's super hard. And so I find that a lot of people nowadays either, like, are, like, 19 or 20 and they haven't had their first kiss, or, like, you know, they're 23, 24 and, you know, they're like, I'm a virgin. And,
so what?
It's literally
Good
not a
for
big
you.
deal. Yeah, it's literally not a big deal. Like, people make it out to be this huge thing, and it's like, okay, you haven't had a girlfriend yet? Whatever. Like,
everyone, like, finds that at their different pace. And, like, I had to move halfway across the country to find my first boyfriend. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like maybe you haven't had a girlfriend or a boyfriend yet because that person hasn't met you yet.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It's just like,
I
you're
also
not
think
settling for anybody. You're waiting for something really special.
Yeah, I also think a lot of people are being more open and honest about it. Being like, yeah, I'm 18 and I haven't had my first kiss yet. Or I'm 23 and I haven't had a boyfriend yet. Like, I haven't been in love. And,
we also live in like, we live in a culture of instant gratification.
Yeah.
And I think that this weirdly affects dating culture in both ways, because it's instant gratification of, like, hookup culture. Like, they just want a one-night stand.
Yep.
And then they're done. Or it's the instant gratification of, like, true love and marriage. Like, we expect, like, as soon as we have our first boyfriend or something, that, like, we're ready for the happily ever after.
Yeah.
And so the instant gratification, unfortunately, affects both paths negatively. And people aren't, like, as open or willing to, like, put in the work that a relationship takes. And it kind of sucks because, you know, commercialism and consumerism has taught us, like, what you want now. You don't have time, get what you want now.
Yeah.
And it's...
There's, like, no patience for anything.
Yeah.
No one wants to wait for anything. Like, it's, like, even with, not even love, like, online delivery. It's like Amazon Prime is 2 days.
One day shipping.
Yeah.
No, it's 1 day shipping now.
Oh, really?
Well, a lot of them are. Like,
wow.
Devin and I, with our Prime account, it's like a lot of things we get is next day. You get it next day.
And it's like,
wow.
You can't wait a week. Like, people just want it now. They aren't willing to, like, spend the time to, like, have it come in. Like, it's, again, it's very much instant gratification. And I think I talked about this in one of my college classes once, about how people are just, like, they don't want to wait for anything. Like, you go to Disneyland and it's just, like, a 20-minute wait and people are complaining. And they're like, it's 20 minutes of my time. And it's like, okay.
To be fair, that's not 100% the people's fault, because we're also in a society of consumerism and corporate speed. Like, if you've worked a job anywhere in America, it's all about, like, gotta work those 8-hour days, gotta get all of this work done, and then you're expected to go home and then also work on your hobbies and get all of this productive work done. And if you're not successful by like all of these like Forbes of like 25 and successful, you know, top 30 under 30, all of those, like they want you to be successful now. They want you to work now. And so I think a lot of the instant gratification culture also has come about because of capitalism and consumerism, and like because your day is so fast paced at your job, you have less free time to yourself. And therefore, when you're doing personal things, you want those to go faster too, to keep up with all of the time that you know, you spend being a corporate slave.
Yeah. Period.
No big deal.
Yeah. Getting too deep here.
Okay, yeah. Hard left.
Okay, let's see what we
Ezekiel
missed.
said an amazing thing about I just want to meet somebody by talking about our very not straight D&D characters. Hell yes.
Yeah. Period.
I mean, we knew that. You said you played a tiefling. You don't need to say anything more.
Yeah.
You play a
Say
tiefling, you're
less.
gay.
Say
It's
less.
Done. We knew. We all knew.
From the age of 10 to the age of 21, I jumped from one long-term abusive relationship to another without spending more than a few weeks single, and I haven't dated since by choice, and I feel so much better about staying single. You don't need a relationship to be a whole person, and the right love will find y'all. So
Well said.
true. So
Well
true.
said.
It's like I've been single majority of my entire life. Like I
Me
think
too.
collectively I have been with someone for 4 months. Like I think those were I had 2 relationships and both of them were 2 months long. And it's like, so I've been with a partner for 4 months collectively out of my 23 years of being on this earth. And I've learned a lot being single because it's like, I know I have my own identity. I was actually just talking to the boys like before the stream started, and we were saying like,
The boys.
yeah, the boys, no big deal.
For reference, for anyone that doesn't know us, we stream out of a house. It's a big house with lots of rooms. We have a lot of roommates.
Yeah, and I am the 6th roommate. Unofficial.
There's a lot of boys
unofficial.
involved.
Yeah. So the boys were in the other room, and I was like, I hate the girls that are all about like matching their identity with their boyfriend. They don't have an
Oh.
identity unless they're with their boyfriend, or like they only like the things that their boyfriend likes. And like, I'm sorry, but like how boring? How boring?
That's not to be said that like your significant other can't show you things that they're passionate about.
Yeah.
And you like get new hobbies like, you know, D&D or board games or whatever your significant other's hobby might be. You should definitely be open to like playing or trying with them.
Yeah,
but
yeah. But
you should like your own things too. You should be your own
yeah,
person.
that's what I'm saying is like every time I have one specific friend who like every time she gets into a relationship with someone, she changes her entire personality
Ooh,
to
call out post.
to like be matching her boyfriends. So like if her boyfriend, for example, is like a super like partier, whatever, she will then go to parties, she'll like do drugs, all this stuff, and like live your life, sis, but like don't follow into his footsteps just because like you want to be his girlfriend. Like you don't have to do all that stuff. She didn't do it before, so why was she doing it with her boyfriend?
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know, just like have your own identity, stick to like what you like, and like don't let other people influence you.
Be
out of that.
open and like have an open mind of trying new things, but
Yeah,
know what you like. You know what you like.
yeah, like
PK's saying he's worried about being a people-pleasing type of boyfriend. You know what you like.
yeah,
And just because you get a girlfriend isn't going to change that you like those things.
yeah, like
And just don't be ashamed of what you like.
be a queen
Be
of
a
swords.
queen of swords.
Period.
You're gonna fit in so well.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to find a like-minded person to spend your life with, but also like you don't have to have this, like you guys don't have to like the same exact things in order to get
Yeah.
along,
Yeah.
you know?
Devin really likes Magic the Gathering. I've played a few times and I'm trying to like it more, but I don't play it all the time. That's okay.
Yeah. I am dating someone who has no idea about D&D, but he watched our stream the other night.
He'll learn.
Yeah.
You'll teach him.
He'll learn.
All right, so Nucci just jumped in the chat, and I think that's a good segue to the fact that he is next. So what kind of
Yay!
reading do you want, Nucci?
Do what you love and you'll find someone to love while doing it. Yes, so true. So true.
I'm reading a manga about Magic the Gathering. There's a magic manga?
What's a manga?
What? Did you say what's a manga?
Yeah.
It's the comic book form of anime.
Oh, okay.
It's the like graphic novels of anime. Usually
What is Magic the Gathering? I've heard of it.
it's a collectible card game. It's like you build it's like a combat-based Magic card game where you build decks of like lands and monsters and attack spells, and then you will like battle other people that build their own deck as well. And you just there's like a whole lore behind it. I don't know anything about the lore, but basically like you and that person have a certain amount of like health points, and you put down like creatures and summons to try to like fight each other, and if you get through their defenses, then you like deplete their health points. And then it's extremely competitive in terms of like there's huge tournaments for it, and there's a whole bunch of different play styles. Like you've got like champion, and then you've got like you can draft games where you start by, but most of the time people like make a specific deck, and they pay for each individual card, and they choose exactly which card is in their deck, and then they have like a specific strategy to try to beat their opponent. It's very strategic. It's very competitive, and I'm terrible at it because I am really bad at strategy.
Oh, that's Devin's forte.
He's so freaking good at strategy.
Yeah.
And it's also very like, I get really overwhelmed because there's so many choices when it comes to building a deck, because there's literally like tons of different kinds of play styles. There's tons of different ways to like build your deck, and you have to kind of like, you kind of have to live in that world to know like when new cards come out, or when like cards are really expensive because they're really good, and you have to like know the strategy behind it all. And like Devin is in that world. Like he watches card prices and he knows like what's going on, and I don't, so it's tough.
Yeah. Oh man, a lot. Okay.
Raven Star says think Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, but not anime.
Oh, okay.
Which is a good way of putting it. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, but like fantasy instead of anime girls.
Okay.
And yeah, Maddie Marks, it is pretty much its own stock market. Like Devin's made money from cards that he bought like 10 years ago that have like jumped 3, 4, 5 times in price, and then he sells them and he like makes tons of money back. But the reason that those cards are expensive is because they're really good. And like having them in your deck is going to give you an advantage on your opponent. So selling them is like, you have to know that you're not going to use that card in your deck again.
Got
you have
it.
to change your like play style.
Got it. Okay. Nucci.
All right, so this is for Nucci.
Love.
Did you sound off?
Yeah, Nucci wants
reading?
love. Yeah.
Yes.
He said, while we're on the topic of love.
Hell yeah. And then Lemon Viola, you are on deck.
Okay. It's getting a little
thinking about
late.
what kind of reading you want.
I don't know, like, how many people are after Lemon?
There are 3 after Lemon, but one of them is Free Range TV, which I'm pretty sure has
they already left.
officially.
Okay.
So then 2 people after Lemon. So we have Nucci right now, then Lemon, then Maddie Moore, then Raven Star.
Got it.
And then that's the end. So since it's getting close to midnight, do you want to maybe close the readings there?
Yeah, we will.
I think you
close
have
the readings.
Yes, look at you go with that stream deck. I'm so
Wow!
so fancy.
Okay, so let's see here. The 5 of Swords, the King of Cups, and the King of Wands. Okay, for a love reading. Okay,
Can
Nooch.
we switch to that card cam?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for reminding me. I would have just kept going. Okay, so the 5 of Swords. The quote is, be careful what you wish for. Ooh. Life is a lot easier when people work together instead of always trying to win or be the best. The 5 of Swords reminds us of the cost of being obsessed with coming out on top, and it warns us that there may be those around us who aren't really looking out for our best interests.
Okay.
So just because you get what you want doesn't mean you're going to be happy that you got it. Sometimes sharing is better than winning. So this could be something in the past that like you thought, you know, in theory it was going to be great because you wanted it, but then you realized, ooh, it's just like not what I expected. And so that could be like maybe a past partner, like you really liked them, but then, you know, you got into a relationship with them and ended up realizing like, this is just not what I wanted. I thought it was going to be better than this. You know, sometimes you build up the idea of someone in your head, and then, which is human nature, like we all do it. But you glorify them to an extent, and then boom, you know, you go out with them and it's like completely different person. It's just not what you thought. So like, I think that's what it could be. And it's just kind of like there was something that happened where you thought it was going to be better than it actually was, because you made it out to be like that in your head, if that makes sense. And then the King of Cups is obviously very good.
This is so Nucci.
This is very Nucci.
Yes.
The King of Cups is also, it's a cups suit, so that's great because that's the love kind of card.
Yes.
King of Cups, let me go to it.
So, just off the top of my head, this is like someone who's very artistic. This is someone that wears their heart on their sleeve. This is someone that is like usually like emotion over intellect, which isn't a bad thing. It's just like your priorities. But yeah, like literally it's an artistic person who's really loving, they're really caring, they're you know, they're kind of that like that person that you go to for a shoulder to cry on, or that person that's always out there like trying to make the world a better place. Yeah. And I just like, this totally to me screams like your personality, because obviously we all know that you're a very creative person. You're very loving and caring and you know, not to say that like you're a pushover or anything, but just like you got those you know, emotion hard on your sleeves, kind of like you don't pretend to be cold and calculating, you know, like you're very open about what you're feeling, and I love that because I don't want to try to guess. It does say though, like he's on an island in this photo, so like he does separate himself a little bit from other people. Like he's a little bit less less emotional than the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is typically a lot more emotional. He's a little bit more off at a distance, which is why he's separated by the island. Like it's his island, but he's emotional, but he rules his emotions. He doesn't let them rule him, if that makes sense. Yeah. And it's good to be in control, but be careful not to separate yourself too much from others, because you try to control like your emotions and stuff too much, but then, you know, you create this distance between other people. And obviously you want to be connected to people, and like you don't want to separate yourself or distance yourself too much. Especially for a love reading. Exactly. Yeah. But the King of Cups is supportive, loving, and a little wary of getting involved. Oh, hello. Thank you, Anonymous Gifter. Thank you again. That's so nice. Thank you. And he's wise and experienced and knows that love can be complicated. Yeah. If the king represents you, this might be a good time to take a closer look at your interactions with others. If you are holding your heart a little too safe, perhaps it's time to leave the island and come join the rest of the world. So you could be guarding yourself just a little bit, and it's important to branch out, you know? Yeah, there might be some walls there where you're trying to keep a defense, but that, you know, keeps people out just as much as it keeps people from coming in. Yep, exactly. And then we have the King of Wands. That meant the same thing. It protects you, but it keeps you at a distance from others who might love you. Yeah, correct. So the King of Wands is a fire sign. Ooh. So maybe there's gonna be someone in your future who comes into your life who's a fire sign. Yes. And he's very determined, very like takes charge of his own destiny. He plans for the future by acting right in this moment. Yeah, the King of Wands is like, I think of as like a career man. Like, this is a guy that's like got CEO of his company vibes. This is like a self-starter. This is like maybe an entrepreneur, maybe like a business-minded person, somebody that it doesn't even have to be business. It could be like an artistic person, but someone that's like very much taking the initiative and is not gonna wait to like be given what he wants. It's someone that is like goes and grabs what he wants.
Yeah.
It's very like Alexander Hamilton vibes, like someone that's just like just going and like working towards their goals, and is very like charismatic. They're very like charming people. They're very confident, super confident people, and very like, yeah, they're very just like hot CEO energy.
Yeah.
So,
period.
So if you're the King of Cups, which is like what I am interpreting this as, it seems like there's gonna be maybe like a hot CEO type of energy coming in your future.
Ooh.
And like, good for you.
But also like, if you want to make it about yourself, Nucci, we could say that, you know, you forge down and take charge of your own destiny when it comes to love, you know? And it may be you, that you...
It could be.
Yeah, you're like active, passionate, and driven, and, you know.
It could mean that like, when the time does come for you to get into that relationship, or like when the opportunity for love comes about, you're not gonna wait for them to make the first move. Maybe like you're gonna make the first move. Like the King of Wands is very much like, I take what I want energy.
Yeah.
So this could be like the person that you're gonna be in a relationship with, or this could be, you know, you, and it's telling you in your future, if you want a relationship, that's the kind of energy that you have to bring into it. Like if you just wait by the sidelines, no one's going to notice. Maybe you have to take charge, and that's the switch that's going to get you that, you know, relationship.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go, Nooch.
But everyone's like hot CEO energy. So
yeah.
She's like, come catch me on that yacht. And, I'm so happy for you.
Come get that yacht. Okay.
And then TK is asking, what's a good way to meet new people after COVID, obviously? I don't like clubs or apps like Tinder.
I struggle with this a lot.
I struggle with this too. There is actually a theory, it's called propaginity, and it means that you're going to fall for the people that you see the most often. So a lot of the times people will find their significant other at their job, or at school, or at like a work kind of project environment where they're spending a lot of time together throughout the day.
Yeah.
And so honestly, like the theory of propaginity just means that like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna fall for someone that you see more often than not. So if you're looking to like meet new people, join a club, you know, do community theater, look around your job if you haven't already. Most people usually do. Or, you know, if you're going to school, maybe the next semester when you start a new class, there'll be someone there. But that's just psychologically the most good way.
Yeah. I was gonna say like
online communities. Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah,
I've met so many new friends even over quarantine when I couldn't meet people, because, you know, joining D&D group, joining Discords, and just chatting, and like, you know, people that live across the country that I would have never met otherwise, I now consider good friends. And so being able to like get yourself out of that bubble and like try something new and start something new where multiple times a week you're talking to these people is going to be the best way to find romance.
Yeah.
Yes, Phoenix, like how we met you. And Lemon. And Magikarp.
And Ezekiel. Yeah.
And Maddie Morgs.
Everyone. Just everyone. All the vibes.
Like, I never would have met all of these really great people if, you know, we hadn't joined and started this community. And so.
Yeah, I literally had no idea who any of you were until, you know, the D&D audition. And look at now I'm doing a stream with you on a Saturday night. And I like consider all of you guys here like some of my closest friends. Like I know. I know, I'm so gonna cry. It's true. Like, I love you guys so much, and I love coming over here, and like we just hang out and vibe, and like I just like I needed more friends who like liked D&D with me, or like liked the same things as me, like tarot, and now I have that, and so it's just like here we are, you know, and I love that for us.
Yeah.
So.
Ezekiel, I'm also glad that you didn't go to bed and that you jumped in and joined us. It's really nice.
Yeah.
You're not some rando Maddie Morgs. We have been raiding back and forth for a while now. And TK is mentioning that they're asexual, so they're hoping to find someone that's okay with that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine, and you're, the person that you're meant to be with is gonna be totally fine with that. I consider myself on the asexual scale. I'm not 100% asexual, but I'm on the spectrum of it. Like, it's more common than you think. I think because also we didn't have words for a lot of these things in previous generations, and with the rise of see, Phoenix Raven 2 is demi. I also consider myself demisexual.
What does that mean? What is demisexual?
So it's a spectrum, and so everyone's a little bit different. Asexual being like, you don't want to have sexual attraction, you don't have sexual attraction or want sexual relations at all, and then sexual obviously being what we consider normal, finding people sexually attractive. Demisexual is kind of a blanket term that encompasses everything in the middle, where you may not find sexual attraction easily, or there may be like a set of parameters that need to be fulfilled to find someone sexually attracted. There's a bunch of different terms, sapiosexual would be like you have to be mentally connected with someone to feel sexual attraction. Demisexual, at least in my understanding of it, is you have to be emotionally connected to someone to feel sexual attraction.
Okay.
So I will never have a one-night stand. I will never have a hookup, because even if I can logically look at someone and be logically, you're attractive, I don't physically feel anything until I get to know them as a person, and I need to know their personality a bit more to, feel sexual attraction. And again, that's different for everybody, because it is a sliding scale, and so everyone kind of has their different take on it. But yeah, ace is just an umbrella term Magic Carp is mentioning. And then TK, I'm attracted to attachment or even intelligence. Yeah, so TK, it seems like you're somewhere on the demi-sapiosexual scale. And I think we didn't have words like this even 10 years ago, we hadn't been in a place socially where we could openly talk about it. And with the advent of the internet and all these different people being able to talk about their experiences, we finally have these nice, clean packaged labels to talk about some really complex issues. But I think that there's way more people that would identify as demi or sapio or ace than we are led to believe, because people haven't been talking about it, and so a lot of main media doesn't talk about it. I think you should be totally proud and open, and it's awesome to be oh hey, I'm asexual, and that's definitely not gonna stop you from finding a relationship. I mean, if it does, that person you shouldn't be with them anyway, if you're not, if you should be with someone that's totally chill with that, and if they're not, then you weren't meant to be with them, and you should run the opposite direction anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot.
There's a lot happening in the chat.
There's a lot. Ace Squad, hell yeah. Can't wait to give you all a hug. Oh, thanks, Nucci. I don't really have those attractions until I really know a person. Okay, yeah, so Phoenix also kind of relates with me. I need an emotional connection. Lemon also came across with us because of insomnia. I'm so glad that you actually stuck around, Lemon.
Yeah, me too.
We love you.
We love you, and we love your talent.
Yes.
You're amazing.
Well, we also love you even without your talent.
This is true.
You're just awesome. And then Ezekiel's, I'm simply a mess of gender crisis and question mark sexuality. That's a mood. Magikarp was just talking about how our local goblin, Alex, brought them in, and we are grateful every day.
Yeah.
And TK hates how the older generation is unaware of these new terms. It's you can hate that they're disturbed by it. I wouldn't necessarily hate them for being unaware, because you just don't know what you don't know. And this is so new, and these terms are just coming about very recently. So it's understandable that some of the older generation is not keeping up with it or doesn't understand it. If they are taught it and they're disturbed by it, yeah, I would also be upset. But we want to also make sure that we're if people don't know, we want to teach them so that they can be in the know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So that was Nucci's love reading.
Yeah.
He's got that hot CEO energy coming his way.
So excited for you, dude.
Within yourself. The energy was in yourself all along.
Yeah.
You are that hot CEO energy.
Yeah. Can't wait till you find your hot CEO.
Yes. All right. And then Lemon Viola is next. Followed by Maddie Morgs.
Yay, Lemon. We fucking love you, and now you get a freaking reading.
Hell yes.
All right, what kind of reading you want, Lemon?
All right, Phoenix. Have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, Phoenix. Love you so much.
You.
Okay. I see a lot of this on TikTok. Do you ever see that when they like do tarot readings and then they go like?
I am not on tarot TikTok.
I am.
I don't know why. I don't avoid it or anything. It just does not come up on my For You page.
Interesting.
So you'll have to let me know. Lemon would like a love reading.
Love reading for Lemon. Okay. Let's see. Do you have a question for us, Ciara? I keep wanting to call you Cece, and now I'm just...
No, you can call me that. I told you, you're different.
I know, I don't want you to be
You're like, just built different.
I don't want you to just be saying that, you know? Like, I want you to actually like it. Because if you're just saying it, like, I won't call you Cece anymore. I'll just call you C.
It's different because with you, I know that it's not, like, diminutive. I don't like cutesy things.
Okay.
In regards to myself, like I've always thought of myself as like a badass warrior woman.
Yeah.
And so when people refer to me in like cutesy ways, it's very different than how I picture myself. Okay. And I have a hard time like imagining myself as like super cute. And so I just tend to like not like those things. But yeah. I also don't want to like deny people their expressions of love towards me.
Yeah.
Just because their idea is different than my own idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get that.
Here's just a fun one. What is one weird fact or tidbit that you still remember from school? I'm sure this is gonna open a floodgate of fun facts.
Oh shit! Lemon!
What? Oh, what happened?
This is crazy! This is crazy. I'm just getting boss ass bitch reading over here.
Hey, King of Ponyo, we don't have an exclamation point reading command. Our readings are actually closed for the night. We're gonna try to wrap up soon, but we do host Nova's Tarot Corner every other Saturday, so we won't see you next week. We'll see you the weekend after. But we have on Wednesdays a D&D stream, which this is based off of. So if you would love, we would love it if you would, join us then.
Yeah, please come join.
And Magikarp, that is literally the best compliment you could ever give me, to say that I'm the Queen of Swords. I want to be the Queen of Swords. That's like my goal someday. I don't know if I'm there yet, but that's my aesthetic.
Speaking of the Queen of Swords, look what we've got.
Is that
Queen of Swords?
Look at all those queens!
I know, that's why I'm freaking out! The Queen of Swords, justice, and strength. What the hell is that?
That is a strong reading. That is so much bad bitch energy.
I've truly never seen so many bad bitches in one reading. Oh my god.
Just the aesthetic. Look at all of those.
Look at that. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? I was pulling out these cards and I was like, are you kidding? Is this a joke?
Boom. Just
oh my god. Wait, what was your question?
Fun facts or tidbits from school, but that's fine. We'll get to it next time. Let's talk about these bad
Great. I was, I think, a little distracted by all of the bad bitch energy over here. Okay.
Or King. That's right, Raven. Star. These are not distinct to male, female, non-binary.
So true.
Tarot is very open in that it talks about feminine energies, but in the like yin-yang way of stereotypically feminine things don't have to mean that you are a female or a male or anything like that. It's just
anyone can be a bad bitch.
Yeah. Anyone can be a queen.
So true, Ciara. It's now an ASMR channel.
We're just gonna keep talking like this.
Okay. Okay. So, Ciara, take it away. Queen of Swords.
Queen of Swords. You already know it. You already love it. This bitch don't take bullshit from nobody. She
Period.
cuts through all the bad energy and all the wordplay, mind game, bullshit politics, and it's just like, hey, I know what I want. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm confident. I know what the truth is. I can see through the deception and the lies, and I'm just gonna say it how it is. Take it or leave it. It's polarizing. Some people love that. Some people hate that. But you know what? At least it's decisive. At least it's resolved.
Yep.
And yeah, Lemon's also talking about how feminine can be lunar energy and masculine solar energy.
So true.
There's so many different interpretations. We're not assigning gender to any of these cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Queen of Swords doesn't take shit from nobody.
Anyone can be a boss
And they're
ass
so
bitch.
strong for it.
Yeah. Oh, Queen of Swords. Also, if you're an air sign, Lemon, that's even better. But if not, don't worry about it.
This in the past in a love reading is kind of telling, because it means that like in the past you might have been in relationships with people that, you know, as we said, the Queen of Swords is polarizing. So maybe you were intimidating. Maybe some people couldn't handle that energy, and you know, maybe past relationships have been difficult because of it. But again, it's like if someone's intimidated by you, you should run the other direction. They weren't meant to be with you to begin with because they didn't deserve you. So you've always known what you wanted in the past. You've, you know, tried not to settle, or you've, you know, tried to cut through the stereotypes or the you know, negativity as best you could. Maybe this affected your past relationships negatively, but that just meant that you were never meant to be with that person to begin with.
Yeah. So true. So true.
Taking us to your present and justice.
Injustice.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the best female archetypes. Like, we have very few female archetypes in art, I feel like.
Yeah. This is true.
Justice is just a really good one.
Yeah, I think it's just, reaping what you sow. The idea of karma, and fairness, truth, and balance. Just a reminder to be careful what you're putting out into the world, and it may be assurance that you are going to triumph over an unfair situation. I'm
seeing a trend here also, besides just the bad bitch energy, because all three of these cards in my book's interpretation of them always talk about using mind over matter. Every single one of these. Like, my book specifically says, like, justice is a card of balance, but a more rational, logical kind, using the intellectual mind rather than emotional self. So we got the Queen of Swords, the sword card always being like logic over emotion. We've got the Justice card, which is talking about balance and using like a logical, rational way of balancing rather than emotional. And then we have the Strength card, which we'll get to in a second, which is also talking about using like rationality and diplomacy and kindness over violence. So I'm like seeing just across the board sweeping like inner strength over outer strength is like a general theme, and logic over violence, and, you know, intellect over emotion is just kind of like a general pattern that's running across.
I feel like the overall reading in general is, you know what you're looking for in love, and like you're gonna go for that, and like you're not gonna take one shit from no one. Two, you're gonna stand up for what you believe in, and like you're not gonna take shit from anyone. Justice. And three, like, you're so strong, and like it's not strong physically like we've talked about, it's strong mentally and emotionally. Like, you are so capable of love, and like you're just overall, like, you know what you want, and you're gonna go get it, and like you're not gonna take any shit from anybody.
I think this is great, because it talks about not settling, but it also talks about stable compromise. Both the Justice card and the Strength card both talk about finding a balance and finding like a stable balance that's not emotional. You're not like toxic or overwrought with like feeling. It's about finding that middle ground. And then strength too is about diplomacy and like finding a solution that doesn't resort to violence. So like in your relationships, not only do you have that bad bitch energy where it's like you know what you want, but also you are able to come to the table and sit down and talk to someone in a logical manner and find a compromise that like is healthy and stable and not toxic, so that at the end of the day your relationship can continue and prosper.
Yeah.
And, you know, be strong and committed and last for a long time.
Yeah. Man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of this because I think this
that's like literally, whoo.
Also, it is midnight. It just hit midnight. And so...
It just hit midnight.
Yeah, so my phone, it said 0000. If you can see, I have military time. So I was like, that is crazy. Right as I'm about to take the picture of that. Oh, I'm like, what angel number is 0000? That's always what I do. I'm like, oh my god, I literally am looking up what... I'll see something and I'm like, driving down the road and I'm thinking of someone, then I look down at the clock, it'll be like 333, and I'm like, what does 333 mean? And it's crazy. It's crazy.
You should look into numerology then. If you want to look, because I mean, you already do horoscopes and you already do tarot. Numerology is fortune telling through numbers. Clearly, it seems like something that you would be interested in.
I kind of love that. We'll see. Numerology. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know, if you want math to tell your future.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Rivno Sakaron.
Hi. How are you?
Nice to see you again. Lemon Viola's big into numerology. Hit us up. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Lemon.
You just said hit me up. I wasn't actually reading that. I was saying hit us up, but dang, yeah.
Yeah. Hit me up.
Give us some links in the Discord. Give us some good
some resources. The resources. Yeah.
Yeah. Put the resources in the resources tab.
Exactly. Okay.
Next is Maddie Morg. You're still
Great.
around. Let us know which of the 4 kinds of readings you would like. So Cervante, we have closed off the readings. We didn't have a specific time that we closed them because we got a lot at the beginning. So we just kind of judged like how fast we were getting through them, and you know, some of us have to work in the morning. So we've closed them already, but we're finishing up those that have already been on the list. And if you would like, you are welcome to join our Discord so that you know the next time we're doing a Nova's Tarot Corner. And every Wednesday we also have a D&D stream. And so we would love for you to come watch us and interact there.
Yeah.
I think you already have. I remember seeing your username around, but you know, just it would be nice to continue to keep seeing you.
Yeah. Maddie, I know you said that you wanted to send some people our way. I didn't know if you needed some time.
A bunch of people came in a bit ago.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, like, because I think he wants his people to see the reading, so I didn't know.
I thought that was for if he wasn't there, because he came out and then came back, so it was like he sent some people if we got to his earlier to,
I see.
Flip it.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No,
I was like, oh, people are coming in so early. Like, I don't know if we're gonna get to his yet. Okay.
We're here now. We made it.
We're doing
there.
career for Maddie.
Maddie Morgs is getting a career reading.
That I'm up right now.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting your people know. Because we appreciate it.
That's
and it's
so
been really
sweet.
fun.
Yeah.
And we need to talk about board games more. I will bother you about it. You need to give me all the deets about like the new stuff coming in so that I know about it before other people.
Okay. Here we go.
And yeah, what about D&D did you want to talk about, Cervanti? Yeah.
Hello, thank you for following.
Oh, hey, thank you. Lethality Complex, that is a bomb username. Hey, we were talking about bad bitch energy, like, boom.
Oh, whenever we go live, we can share on the Discord. That's very nice. We also don't want to, like, post on people's Discord if you're streaming. So, like, if you're streaming at the same time as us, we aren't going to go into the Discord and be like, into your Discord and be like, come watch us instead.
Well, I mean, a lot of Discords will have, like, a self-promo channel.
Yeah.
So we're not, like, completely out of place, but...
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, we've been given express permission, so...
Okay. All right, so let's see. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, dope. Okay, so we have for your career reading. Let me put it up. Here we go. The Tower for your past, the Nine of Wands for your present, and the Page of Pentacles for your future. The Tower. Let me find it. Is one of those. We were talking about this one the other day, right?
Yes. Okay, so the Tower is the closest thing to a negative card in the tarot deck.
That's what we were saying, yes.
Yes. So no card is truly negative because there's a positive spin on everything. But the the Tower card, and Ravenstar's saying, thank God it's in the past because it's behind you, which is another positive. The Tower card talks about, like, at one point in your life, you built the foundation of something on a foundation that was not necessarily stable.
Yeah.
And so later on in life, you've stacked things and stacked things and stacked things upon that foundation, and then it crumbled. And this can be super, super disheartening because, you know, all the work that you put in to, you know, make that tower what it was seems wasted. But at the end of the day, the foundations weren't strong to begin with. And so this card talks a lot about, like, preconceived notions or, like, your worldview shifting in a way that can be kind of, like, extreme or a lot of change. And this can be negative, but it can also be a positive. It can mean that, like, preconceived notions that were bad have been corrected to be better. You know what I mean? So something in your past, you know, you might have had some major change in your past that really rocked your world and kind of set you on a different course. Maybe you had a career at one point that you really, really wanted to go into and you really put a lot of hard work into it, and then it ended up going nowhere. And so you had to, like, kind of start back from square one. Maybe you had a relationship that you really invested a lot of time and commitment into, and then you ended up breaking up, and then you had to start over with a new relationship. And every time something like that happens, it always feels like world breaking, like nothing's gonna be the same again, everything sucks. But it's because those things were never meant to happen to begin with, and those foundations that they were built upon, you know, were not stable. Yeah. And it can really, like, suck in the moment because we have these preconceived notions of what we think our life is going to be. But at the end of the day, you know, we don't know what our destiny is. We don't know what we're meant to do. And so finding, you know, having to start over on a new path can be really, really positive, even though it takes a lot of effort and emotional, like, stamina to start back over.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like this is resonating with you in terms of your first career. I'm really, really sorry about your father. That's really hard. And having to start over, you know, with a career is really unfortunate, especially if you put a lot of time and schooling and energy into it. But it brought you where you were meant to be today. And it got you to owning that game store. And, like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm biased. I really love board games, but, like, hell yeah. And obviously, like, you're doing all this successful stuff on Twitch and creating a community and all that. So, you know, it's a very unconventional path compared to, like, what as we're Americans were told. Like, you go to school, then you get that 9-to-5 job, and then you work your way up into a promotion. But, like, what, you know, the path that you're on now is really hella cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think going into your present, like, the Nine of Swords is one that is also like things are a little rocky in the moment right now, but also like this is in your present, and it's kind of like if this is your career, like you may be battered and bruised a little bit, but like you know, you're still standing. And yeah, you might be having a tough time when it comes to like career right now, but we are in a global pandemic. Like this is completely rational, and like this makes sense. Like maybe you're like me, I don't know, like the game store, like maybe you aren't having as many like sales or
right. Well, and it sounds like your game store had like in-person play areas that had to shut down because of COVID restrictions, and this card just talks about like the despair, the disappointment, the anxiety of things not being able to go your way at the moment, especially in your career with the game store. And like, yeah, it makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
With whenever you're in a business that's like kind of entertainment based, like games or movies or anything like that, there's no way we could have predicted this pandemic and how much it hit entertainment and like gaming stores and that kind of thing harder than most other career paths is really shitty and unfortunate. But you know, things are hopefully going to be looking up now, and that also will soon be behind you, because people are getting a vaccine. And I think you mentioned that you know, your new the play area will be open up again soon, and you'll get more foot traffic to the store, and things will pick back up.
Yeah, exactly. But it ends in a great way. The Page of Pentacles is again
yeah, money.
Yeah, money.
Pentacles equals money.
Yep. And it's starting a new path, or the path is wide open, prepared for new adventures. It's a new direction for success and prosperity.
Yes.
And this card, the Page of Pentacles, is the best prepared for all the pages for whatever lies ahead. So
yeah, and mine literally says, this is bringing good news of welcome change to your life that has financial connections.
Yeah.
So like literally it's just like, hey, you've weathered a storm, that, you know, things have like rocked you career-wise, but you know, we're through it. We're almost out of it. Thank God.
Yeah.
And your future is like looking financially much better. So
yep.
Yes. Congratulations. We're almost there.
Yep,
And,
exactly.
yeah.
So everything's gonna be looking up. Everything's looking up for you. And yeah, things in your past have been rough, but like in your future, everything's gonna be great. Like the path is wide open, path is going straight. Everything is looking up for you, Maddie. So there you go.
Yeah, we wish you the best. And you know, like, if you have like an online store, let us know. I can't be there physically in Ohio to buy your games, but if you ship, I'm interested.
Yeah, if you ship.
I'm always buying new board games, and I hate buying board games from Amazon. I despise it. I try
support local businesses.
Yeah, I try to go to like my local game store as much as possible to buy from them, even if it's more expensive. So, you know.
Yep.
Sound off in the Discord.
Let us know. Let us help. All right, so who's next? Is this the last one?
This is the last one, and it is Ravenstar. Ravenstar, you are up next. Thank you so much for like holding on and being patient and talking with us this whole time. It's been a joy. He sells a lot through his stream, including mystery capsules. I actually did notice that too. You know, we raid into him every once in a while, and I usually, you know, stay on and watch for a bit. And there's always that like camera in the corner of all the mystery capsules. It's very cool.
A mystery capsule?
Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of like picking out of a hat, you know? Except it's like little gashapon capsules, which is really a cool idea. I think that's what they're called, gashapon. Okay. So like, when you put a quarter in a machine.
Oh, yeah.
Is that not a gashapon?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Gasha. I didn't know that's how it was spelled, I'm gonna be honest. For Dice and Minis. Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
For Dice and Minis?
Yeah. So anyway,
Nice.
watch Maddie Morks if you haven't.
Okay, I will have to.
You said the magic word for Gianna. Dice giveaway, so she's there.
Nice. Are you kidding? I'm all in. I'm all in. Okay, so for Raven, we got General.
So okay, that we never answered my last question.
Oh yeah.
So I will re-say it. Gosh, I gotta remember what it was now. What was my last question? It was a good one.
It was something about
Weird fact or tidbit from school.
From school.
Like that fun, like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Like, what is that one fact from school that you always remember? That like maybe a more obscure one. Everyone knows the mitochondria, but maybe like what's another fun fact that you like to tell people when it comes up at parties?
Oh my god.
And wow, yeah, Maddie Mork says the big pulls are 250 set pieces, $2 set pieces. Like, wow, that's a giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. I'm trying to think of all the classes that I've taken. To be like, what's my fun fact? What's yours?
So that is actually kind of a hard one too, because it usually comes up like I remember it if something triggers it.
Yep.
I'm trying to just think of like some of my college classes. Like, one thing that I really like to think, like I remember a lot is like conversations about myelin and neuroplasticity. I think we talked about this last stream, didn't we? Because we got on a conversation with like Magikarp about the neuroplasticity of the myelin when they had their stroke and then had to relearn the instruments.
Oh.
Was that on this stream or was that during our Patreon hangout?
I think it was on the Patreon hangout.
Oh, okay. For those that don't know, if you're one of our Patreons, once a month we have a Discord phone call hangout with all of our Patreons and we talk about stuff. And I know a lot about like random things about the brain that I think are interesting. Oh, here's one I really like that I remember specifically from learning from Psych 101. The part of the brain that remembers or that knows how to sing is a different part of the brain that does everything else, like talking.
Yes.
So the reason that you remember song lyrics so well is because they're stored in a different part of the brain than the rest of your memories, so there's like more space. So if you're like studying something and you sing the thing that you're trying to study and come up with like a song for it, you'll remember it way easier when you're sitting and taking the test than if you just tried to memorize it, which is why songs like 50 Nifty United States works so well. Because I can now, list all of the states alphabetically because I know it in a song. And they've discovered that people that have brain damage to the parts of their brain that does speech can still sing.
Yes.
So like, which I think is just insane.
Yeah, like people who have a stutter, they don't stutter when they sing.
Yeah, it's a different part of the brain.
Crazy.
It's just amazing.
Yeah. That's
Amazing.
insane.
The fun fact that Maddie Morgs remember is team. Together each accomplishes more. That was from football.
Oh
It's a nice
gosh.
little acronym. I learned that Victorian language is closest to American Southern. Yes! In fact, I also know this fact. What we consider an English accent has evolved from back in the day, like when the colonists came to America. So the American Southern accent is the closest thing that we still have to like a traditional English accent. Because those parts of the world, like when the colonists came over, they had that accent and it didn't change. Whereas in England, the accent kept evolving and changing. So like
What?
The American Southern accent is like closest to what the original like colonists would have had when they touched down in America.
Wait, are you telling me that Shakespeare did not have an English accent? He had a Southern?
Let me get into this just for 1 second. Shakespeare has so many puns in it that we don't know because we pronounce the words differently. Like one of the most famous ones is in the prologue of Romeo and Juliet. There's a line that's talking about like how Romeo and Juliet come from two different families, and the line is like from these two lines, and like family lines, but it would have been pronounced loins. And so it's like a joke about like literally they're two family lines, but they're two family like loins, like literally from, birthed from these two
Oh my
lines.
god.
And so many of Shakespeare's jokes are lost to a modern audience because of the accents are different, and you don't pick up on some of the word puns because the words don't sound the same anymore. And there's this couple of like a father and son duo that have like taught themselves the OP, the like original Elizabethan dialect, and are performing Shakespeare in the original dialect, and you pick up on so many more subtle things. And they're on YouTube, and they like film all their stuff, and it's great. TK Digiboy, he has tons of dick suck jokes if you pay attention. Yeah, you don't even need to pay attention. You just have to like know the idioms of the day.
Yep.
I do Ren Fair, so I've learned so much about Shakespearean dick jokes. It's great.
That's so good.
What are some other, wow, there's like suddenly got a lot of them. Some other fun facts right before the last reading of the night. Lethality Complex knows so many different science facts. For example, we have about 2.5 petabytes of memory in our brains. That's cool. Is that supposed to be, wait, yeah, petabytes? I don't even know how much data that is, but that seems like a lot. It's like, no, I mean, like, I'm assuming it's like a multiplication of Giga and Terra and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Jupiter has rings. That's the only thing I can think of. I remember nearly nothing from school, but hey, that fun fact stuck. Jupiter does have rings. They're just not easily as seen from this far away.
What?
Yeah, they're like way smaller than Saturn's, so we don't talk about it so much. It's a fun fact. Shakespeare said y'all. Bet. Maybe. That's the thing. Okay, that was another thing I learned about Shakespeare. One more fun fact. So we all know iambic pentameter.
Yep.
We all know that these lines are supposed to be, a certain number of syllables. But sometimes when you count the syllables in the line, and this all has to do with like reading Shakespeare, like traditional readings of Shakespeare, some lines are purposefully not iambic pentameter. It's like, wow, I should know this. Is it 10 or 12 syllables per line? It's one of those.
12.
I think it's 12. So there are some lines that are purposefully not 12 syllables a line, and he specifically used that when characters were like emotional or like were confused, to show that like when characters are very intelligent and composed, they spoke in iambic pentameter, and when they got confused or emotional or like mixed up about something, they would break iambic pentameter to show that they're not, like in their right mind. But there are some lines that don't appear like they're in iambic pentameter when we read them out loud in our like modern English, but actually are in iambic pentameter because you're supposed to elide some of the words. And so like some of the pronunciations are like really big contractions, and you're supposed to pronounce them as like one syllable, even if it's like a big word, because of their accents, and they would, like, so you, like y'all is one syllable instead of saying you all is two syllables. So maybe it's not exactly y'all, but there's definitely a bunch of words in Shakespearean that were originally meant to be elided together to be one word instead of multiple words.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Maddie, y'all have, yeah. You all would have, yeah, y'all have. Like, there's tons of words like that in Shakespearean that are supposed to be elided together to fit that iambic pentameter beat.
Yeah.
And someone corrected me, and I think it is 10 syllables a line. I used to know this, you guys. I've been out of school for a while. I used to know things.
It's okay. It happens,
Yes. A petabyte is 124 terabytes.
Wow.
The human brain holds a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Ezekiel knows about Virginia Woolf from school, Stream of Conscious. Thank you for correcting me on iambic pentameter.
I think from the one thing that I say the most about, like, from school, a fun fact, is it's not like a fun fact, it's just like I can I know all of the different phases of the moon, like a waxing gibbous or like a waning crescent or whatever. And
yeah.
So whenever like the moon is up above or like whatever, I'll be like, oh, like, okay. There are certain times of the day where the moon, like, rises, is at zenith, and then, is setting. So, like, a full moon, it'll be like, rises at 6 p.m., is straight up above at 12 a.m., and then sets at 6 a.m.
Okay.
So, there's, like, certain times where it does that, and then the reason it's a new moon is because it rises at 6 a.m., it is at zenith at 12 p.m.,
right,
and then sets at 6 p.m. So that's why you don't see it, because it's like, so there are certain times of the day, and then it changes, like, oh, a waxing crescent will be like rises at 9 p.m. and then is at the center of the sky, zenith, 3 a.m. and then 9 p.m. So it does like every 3 hours.
I'm sure that even though that was just a fun fact that you learned, it's been very helpful in your horoscope readings.
It really
ever
has.
Since.
It really has. So I'll be like, why isn't it's supposed to be a full moon tonight? Why haven't I seen the moon yet? And then I'll look and I'm like, there it is. It was just over the hills. Like, you know, it wasn't risen above the hills yet. So that's why. But it had already risen. It had already started.
He is risen
rising.
indeed. Amen.
Exactly. Okay, last reading for Raven.
Last reading of the night. Thank you so much, everybody that's been answering questions along with us. This has been so fun.
Yeah, I do like it.
So many things. I have like a whole list of recommendations of books and shows and RPGs that I have to look into. So that's great.
Yep.
So many cool new things to look into.
Yep, exactly.
All right, so this is for Raven.
Okay,
I think that's pronounced Raven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raven, yeah. So the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the Star. So, if you want a good tarot app, check out Galaxy Tarot. Ooh, okay.
That's 100%.
Write it down.
Yeah, that's 100% Gianna's thing. Also, her favorite card is in this reading, so it's gonna be great.
This is true. Okay, so the 5 of Swords. I think this one came up in an Nucci's reading. Was it?
Yes. Yeah,
was
was about. All I can think of is like anxiety. Oh no, this was the one that was kind of like betrayal, or like things being disappointing.
Yes. Where it's
things
like
feeling unfair.
Everything that you wish for, sometimes isn't what you picture it to be, and that can be really difficult to come to to terms with. And okay, sorry, I was just looking at something. So it's like that's something that it's hard to come to terms with, because it's like something that you wanted for so long, like it was better as an idea rather than the actual outcome or the actual person or thing or the job or whatever. Sometimes you think that you want a certain job, and you know, you're like, it's my dream job, I just want to do this, and then you start working at that said job, and then you're like, this is literally not what I wanted at all. Like, it is so much better in my head than it is in real life.
That's happened to me so many times too.
It sucks. It's awful. It's the worst thing in the world. It's super disappointing, but you know, it happens, and sometimes it's like a really good awakening to be like, okay, well, it wasn't what I wanted, but you know, you live and you learn and you move on.
It helps you to figure out what you want by finding things that you don't like. You always learn something new about yourself, which is, you know, an unfortunate life lesson, but it is helpful in the end. Yeah.
So it does kind of suck, but you know, it's in your past, so you know, that's good. You know, you're not currently
you lived, you learned, you moved on.
Yeah, exactly. The 6 of Cups is the generosity card, I believe.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about?
Really good.
Do you want to talk about the generosity card?
This is talking about in your present that you're at a stable place right now, which allows you to be more generous to those around you. It's kind of either a card that's saying like you are stable enough to be generous, or it's reminding you like you wouldn't be where you are today if it was not for those around you, whether that be like family or friends, loved ones. We all stand on the shoulders of giants. No one really truly gets anywhere on their own. As independent as we think we are, we always like owe something to someone. And so it kind of either reminds you like that, like, good job, you are being generous and you are able to kind of pay it forward, or it's reminding you like, have you thanked those people recently? Have you been paying it forward? Like, it reminds you to count your blessings and really like be grateful for what you have, but then also to reach out to those that may not have as much as you do yet.
Mm-hmm.
And to make sure that, you know, like, you wouldn't be where you are today if someone hadn't been exactly in your shoes reaching a hand out to you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then it ends with my favorite card.
The star.
This is the hope card. And literally it says, here is a guiding light in the dark, hope and tranquility, peace amid chaos. She will lead you to a place of balance that will cleanse your spirit, and if you are fortunate, perhaps she will grant you a wish. If this shows up in your reading, accept her gifts with gratitude and appreciation. The star brings with it balance and hope, and as a reminder, that we all have a spark of the divine within us. And I just love that. Like, first of all, the card is beautiful.
Matches the username, which has been pointed out. Raven Star gets a star.
Oh my gosh. That's
it's meant to be.
So true. So true. And it's just basically like trusting that the future's gonna be okay, and like you may be stressed right now with where you want to go or what you want to do, because the future being unknown is extremely scary and difficult to sometimes deal with. But trust in your future, because this is a very powerful card, and when you pull this card, it literally is the one card that, or one of the very few cards that doesn't have any negative interpretations.
I might have unplugged my monitor accidentally, but I'm back.
Oh no. Okay.
I can still hear you the whole time.
Cool. Yeah, the star is one of the rare cards that has no negative interpretations, so it's always going to be a good outcome, no matter what happens. You may be dealing with, you know, the repercussions of a global pandemic, and it sucks, but, you know, it's going to look up. There's light at the end of the tunnel. The star is very powerful, and it is the hope card, so there is always going to be hope.
So it seems like the through line is kind of like, in the past, you know, perhaps you've been disappointed or had expectations that weren't met, but now you've been, you know, kind of at a place where you're sort of stable, or you're becoming stable, or you are stable, and it's, you know, reminding you to just count your blessings, look at everything around you that you have, and you know, instead of focusing on the negative of what you've lost, focus on what you have, because there are others around you that don't even have that much, and then continue to strive forward to the future, because with that positive energy, you know, the world is your oyster, and you have to keep looking up and wishing and focusing and driving and you know, moving forward, and things will end up being your way.
Yeah.
And it seems like some of this resonated because, not counting the dumpster fire of 2020, because that set everybody back. It's been with the help of friends and a couple of family members that you've been able to stay on track, and that's so lovely. Like, thank God that you had that support system, and that, you know, we all have that support system. And it's in like the worst times that we realize who those people are for us. And so then once we do get back on track, like, make sure to thank them, and make sure that, like, if someone else that you know is in that situation, like, maybe you can be that support system for them.
Yeah.
And then we'll all just together keep building ourselves up, and, like, you know, we'll keep holding each other up until we can all make it to that glorious ending.
Yeah.
You know, and goal.
Yeah, exactly. So that was your reading, Raven Star.
Yeah, and what a great way to end the night. We ended on the star card.
Oh, my fave. I love her. We love her. What a queen.
Love her.
All right. Well, that was all, folks.
Wow. That was a great night.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
It
gosh.
went by, one, way too fast. Two.
It did. This is like the longest tarot stream we've had for a while.
Yeah. It's been a bit, but I honestly am not like tired or anything. Like I'm pretty chillin'. So.
Yeah. No, I definitely like ingested a lot of caffeine before this, but like. It was the chatting with all of you guys. Like, okay, this is gonna sound really superficial and like really like corny and insincere, but it honestly is super sincere when I say like this is the most fun that I have had streaming in a really long time, and being able to like ask questions and really just chat with you guys in between the readings like made this. And I'm having so much fun, and it was so fun to like learn more about you guys too.
Yeah.
And just like.
I think I want to incorporate the questions in
more often.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah. I think interacting with the chat is super fun.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I really had fun talking about it, and like there was a lot of times it was like, oh man, like I want to keep talking about board games or Shakespeare.
I know. I want
to have a whole stream just ranting about Shakespeare.
I know.
People,
and then it's like, shoot.
No one but me would log into that stream.
Right?
Like you see that on Twitch, it's like Shakespeare rant. No one but me is gonna click on that.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh man.
Thank you so much, Ezekiel. Thank you for everybody that jumped on that hype train early on, and the anonymous people that have been gifting subs, the cat, and everyone that's been giving bits. Like, if I haven't called you out specifically, just know that thank you for everything that you guys have done, and every new viewer that's joined our Discord or followed us tonight. Like, I'm so excited. This has given me like so many good vibes, and like I'm really excited to do the next one.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like kind of sad that we have to wait 2 weeks.
I know. But
we don't have to.
We don't have to. But what I will say is that we do stream on Wednesdays.
We do stream on Wednesdays.
D&D. It's not tarot, but Nova sometimes does tarot readings. So she'll do that for other characters or NPCs, which is super funny. And sometimes it's just Gianna being a dumbass and not really knowing what these cards mean. And that's just all for the fun.
Yeah. Maybe Nova will have to do an extra tarot reading. Well, okay. Can we talk for a second just about what happened last week, though?
I don't know if we
she's
can
have
because
time to have a tarot reading next week.
No, she will not. But
so for anyone that didn't catch it, you can catch it on our VODs on Twitch and it will be up on YouTube soon. But basically, they got into a dungeon and they got to the final room, and we had a TPK. The entire party died.
It was
live.
awful. It was awful.
And then they woke up at the beginning of the dungeon.
Yeah.
No explanation. That was the cliffhanger. Was like right near the end of the stream, TPK, and then they woke up at the first room of the dungeon, still alive. Like
nothing ever happened.
Like nothing had happened and they had never gone into the dungeon.
Yeah.
And it was like, everyone was shook.
Like, it was what? Unreal. It was so crazy. And I was like, oh my god, Devin's literally doing this on purpose because he doesn't want to do this anymore. You
were like shaking. You thought like the stream was over.
I did. I was like, Nova's dead. Like,
you didn't think that he would like talk to you guys before?
No, I was like, I just felt like that's something Devin would do. Like, he'd be like, well, we don't have the funds anymore, so that's it. Like, just as a gag. And I'd be like, are you serious? Are you joking? Nova's dead? Are you kidding? So I was very unwell by that.
So yeah, don't tell anybody. If your friends haven't watched it yet, let it be a surprise for them. Let them watch it and then be just as shook that the party's about to die.
Yeah.
We named the episode knocking on heaven's door in honor of the knocker.
I'm unwell. That's funny. That
was Devin's pun.
Way to go, Devin.
I am not that clever.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's good.
And so Wednesday is gonna be interesting because I don't even know if you guys know that you died or not. I guess Devin's gonna have to tell you if your characters like know it happened or if they're just unaware.
Kind of like the hag. Like,
yeah, exactly. Timey-wimey shit. But yeah, you ain't gonna have time to do tarot readings because you have to get through a whole nother dungeon and not die.
I'm unwell. I don't know what we're gonna do.
We'll find out.
So join us on Wednesday.
Oh, and Ezekiel has a very good point. Devin can't cut the stream because we just got so many subs.
That's so true.
He cannot use funding as an excuse.
Sorry, Dev.
Big
Not this time, mister.
Ezekiel single-handedly funding the stream.
Thank you so much. That was so nice. I could cry. But yeah, so join us on Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST Pacific time. And join us then. And then in 2 weeks from today, we will have another Nova's Tarot Corner, and we will do more tarot readings.
And more chatting and more questions.
Yeah, exactly. And we also have some other things going on, right? On the channel?
Yes. So we're starting a brand new show on Fridays. We're calling it the D&D show because it's Devin and Damien. They're not playing D&D.
Oh my god. That's
just
perfect.
To make it even more confusing.
Yeah.
Devin and Damien, the D&D show, they're going to be doing video games, and we're thinking of doing an audience interaction where viewers can like mess with them mid-game. So like they can use Twitch points to like make them have to be blindfolded or like make them invert the controls or, you know, just have to do silly things while they're trying to play to like mess them up.
Sick.
So that there's still a level of like interactivity while they're playing.
Yeah.
We haven't 100% figured it out yet, but like join our Discord, keep an eye out on Fridays. New content.
New content. All the time.
If you become a patron, we have monthly hangout sessions. We haven't had one for May yet. Also, we get 10 patrons. Bot can swear. We're really close. I think we're at 8.
Yep.
Links in our about page.
And with D&D.
Hey, Danger Man!
Hi, welcome. Thanks for following. With the D&D, it is interactive, so the audience does play as our 5th character. Yes. So please come and join. If you don't know how to play D&D, it is the perfect place to play D&D. You
can catch up on YouTube, but the real gold is being here live because, again, like, you are playing as one of the characters. Yeah. So it's so much more fun being here live to play along. You get to vote on how he's feeling or how Bot is feeling. You get to vote on how, what they do in combat. Yep. Yeah. So all of that. Literally everything is just up to the audience. So you are essentially another player. You are. You are playing along with us. So it's super interesting. But are we gonna rate anybody or are we just? Yes.